bet.
I didn't read the whole article.
Okay,
I wish I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like. There's just a lot of stuff in Breaking Bad, even personally, that I'm trying to figure out like the deeper meaning. Like even the Tuco, when he had those gold fronts on his desk that time around where he started having those heart problems and he started getting real nervous and stuff like that. I want to know what that means. I feel like that has a deeper meaning. But I think something with that fly episode, like the patience he had to try to kill that fly, he never really had that same patience with Jesse. I don't know if that was what they were kind of getting with.
Yeah.
Because I still, like, I think about that relationship a lot. Because it's like, Walter really, I feel like, loved Jesse. Because there was so many times he saved Jesse's ass. Where it could have just been easier for him to say, like, forget Joe. He can go, whatever. But he really saved his life. But on the flip side of that, it was so many times
He
where...
was so messy. It was just like, why would you want him around? You know what I mean? But
exactly.
It just kept him in there. So.
It was like... And then Walter kind of screwed him over a few times, especially at the end, when they captured Jesse in the desert. And he was like, yeah, I see Pinkman. He could have not said nothing and let him stay under that car.
Right.
But he pointed him out. And then he pointed him out, and not only did he do that, he told him that he let Shorty die when she overdosed. Like, yeah, I watched her die.
Yeah. I don't... when I was watching... The one thing, it was such a tough scene when I can't remember what had happened, but somebody must have robbed Jesse or something like that, or they gave him some they gave bad drugs to him, and I think the kid might have got it or something like that. But remember when Walter he had rode up on a playground and
random people,
one of those dudes and
they what happened? They did something with the girl's little brother. Yeah, he was trying to sell drugs. Yeah. And Jesse was like, nah, he had a thing for kids. And then, Walter, once again, saved Jesse and put himself in danger. And that's why they had to kill Gus. Because Gus was like, after that, Gus was ready to kill him.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time.
Right.
So.
And that scene when he was like, I am the one who knocks, when he was talking to...
Listen,
that joke.
That's probably one of the best, my favorite scenes. What do you see when you look at me, huh? He was like, in my pussy? I'm pussy scholar? But that was really the switch in Walter in that series. Because before, he had his moments where he was, but that is when he really let the whole world know, let the whole show know, I'm that guy. Do you realize what happens if I die? A multi-billion-dollar company goes under?
Yeah.
Yo said, I am the one who knocks. That was definitely one of my favorite scenes. The whole series.
I feel like when I talk to people, I don't know if I necessarily ever do an analysis of a show that I'm watching, or if I do the movie, if I ever analyze a movie as I'm talking to people. But did that class get you into paying more attention to?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Even small stuff this is look how they angle the camera in this scene, or look how they pull the camera out, or the song or the music choice or the lighting, just any little tick, I'm like, oh, this is about to happen. Yeah. So it's definitely a double-edged sword. I can understand stuff a lot better, but at the same time, stuff is just so predictable. Yeah. It's truly an insult to my intelligence. This is what I'm paying for. Keep me on the edge of my seat. Don't come with that same old nonsense that a lot of shows have the same plot. Sitcoms, that's why I watch a lot of sitcoms. Shit is not funny.
Yeah.
It's really not funny. Action movies are the same. A lot of movies.
I haven't watched as many action movies as I used to, and I think it's because I
For what?
It's just yeah.
I think the last action movie series I really liked was Taken. Taken was really good, even though it was pretty predictable that he was going to get his girl back. But I like how they went about it. I mean, he got his ass kicked a couple times in the movie, but he didn't die.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier. I don't like those Rambo, somehow one person can just magically take out 150 niggas. I don't care how well trained you are. If I put a bullet in your head, you're going to drop.
Right.
So it needs to be the same realisticness for the movies. But I think that class really helped me, and my teacher was really into it. So that just pushed it even further.
I think I have it must be intuitive, where I've noticed, I guess from watching certain movies, okay, I pick up on those things. They show the keys So then I'm like, okay, so maybe later on he might lose his keys because
Right.
like this they show
Exactly.
they show the keys, so they put this emphasis on it. So it's like I don't necessarily have any like training, I guess, to be able to be like, you know, like I know what this is called,
Right.
and then also reproducing it because I was talking to Aaron about it. I want to get into like, you know, maybe like short films or something like that. So I don't know if I would necessarily be able to reproduce like those things because I don't know what it's called and I don't know like the structures of writing, I guess, or like those things. But it's something that I would maybe I should probably like look more into it. That stuff. What was the class called?
Ooh, wow, freshman year, first semester.
Damn, yeah.
First class of the day.
Was that just something that you just like chose? Like,
no, we actually had learning communities. So like you'd have 3 classes that were somewhat related. So it was like the way media influenced history and stuff. So it was part of that. I had a history class and like some other class. But it was media something. I definitely can't remember. I wish I could remember the name.
Yeah.
And we had a speech class for it too, which was kind of weird. But his wife was the speech teacher. She was really good, and then he was that teacher. And then I had this asshole history teacher. So, you know, two out of 3 was cool.
Yeah. And we had talked about, now that we on college, we were talking about the time, like, you know, taking a long time to like finish up the degree. I guess what were some of your challenges? Like, did you change your major a lot? Or
Nah.
You didn't even change it?
I was my biggest challenge.
Yeah.
Seriously, like looking back on it, freshman year I went in there and I had like a 3.6 my freshman year. Right, I came in there, college was the easiest hell. I felt like it was like 11th grade kind of. Like, it wasn't tough for me at all. So I went in there sophomore year with a big ass head and cocky, and I was like, oh, you know, I can not study as much and things like that. So that was probably my first challenge. That was, I say I just got in my way. I don't think anything else, not in life or anything like that, really got in my way, except myself. Really just bullshitting.
Yeah. And bullshitting, like not studying or like,
not necessarily studying, but just not taking it as seriously, not trying as hard.
Yeah.
I will say work definitely was always a challenge, but not something I couldn't handle.
You mean working like
working at Panera?
Right.
40 hours a week is 40 hours a week, and like I was saying, the shifts I was having, I was working.
Yeah, so that's the trouble right there. 40-hour week. But then
5 a.m.
classes. How many credits was you taking while you was doing that?
15 credits, 5 classes.
Yeah, that's rough.
40 hours. So I was working like 4 or 5 days a week, depending on my schedule. 5 to 2s, 5 to 3s. I worked every Saturday. I worked every Friday.
Yeah.
I sacrificed a lot, but I made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
You know, I made a solid amount of money for somebody in college. And then on top of that, I was playing the drums at church. So I was just making money on top of that. But I would say just myself is what got in my way of college. And then working was kind of just sprinkled on top of that.
Yeah.
But I did my best when I was the busiest. Like one of my best semesters, I had I had an internship 15 hours a week. I had 5 classes, and I was working 30 hours a week, plus church. Plus I had a girlfriend at the time.
What's the saying? Ask a man if he's happy. You know that one?
I do know one about not being busy.
Oh, okay. So
idle minds the devil's playground.
Yeah, but it's another one. It's like ask a man if he's happy. No, man. I think it's like make a man so busy that he does so he doesn't even pay attention to. He never asks himself whether or not he's happy.
And
or not.
that's pretty much the mood I was in. Really, like you get locked in, you don't have time to bullshit.
Yeah.
Because it was really like, I think my internship was like 9 to 2 one day, and then I go to class like 3 to 8. The next day I was working at Panera, and I go to class like 5:30 to 8. Like you just ain't got time to bullshit. Yeah. And it was every day. But when you get in that mood, you don't complain because it's literally every day. But you got time out for yourself and what you want to do. I was making great money, so I had plenty of money to do whatever I wanted. It was cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that, like I feel that like because when I have, you know, a set schedule, like, and, you know, it's packed and I know exactly that I need to be doing these things now, like, I'm super focused. But if I got, like, idle time, you know what I mean? It's kind of like...
You say, I can sit here an extra 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
They say a schedule will put you ahead of a lot of people because how many people actually have a schedule they you know, stick to? Right. Like, people set alarms they don't even stick to. That's why they set 6 o'clock, 6:15, 6:30. 7 o'clock. They gotta be up at 7:30, but they start at 6 to try to get up because they know they can't get up on time.
I don't know how true it is, but I read that Elon Musk, I think he does like 5 minute, like he schedules his day within 5 minute or 10 minute intervals.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I'm not gonna break my day down that. Like, when am I gonna schedule my shits? Come on
Pretty
now.
much, yeah.
Yeah, no, I ain't that. That would actually give me too much anxiety because I feel like if something doesn't go wrong or you get backed up, say if you get backed up 15 minutes and everything is scheduled every 5 minutes, you're 3 tasks behind. No, my anxiety, no.
And it's a little bit different too when you have, you know, what do you call them? Like not an administrator, but you know, like an assistant.
Yeah, he has an assistant.
So they can probably like, you know, they'll text them or, you know, come into the office like, hey, you got this. You got to go ahead. You need.
Now, if I had that, cool. Yeah. We can schedule my whole day because I got people working for me. So if I need to be somewhere, I got a driver taking me to a place, or I got somebody to wipe my ass or brush my teeth. I'd be living like Prince of Zamunda. Niggas throwing roses at my feet. They was brushing his teeth. That's how my day needs to be broken down.
For real.
5 minute intervals. I ain't hell no.
But going back to like the college thing, I was also working, but I wasn't working 40 hours. I was like, might have been like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think. But I feel like, I don't even, maybe it was probably like, a lot of it was just me getting in my own way. But, I don't know, I feel like I probably could have did a little bit better. Like, I don't really know. That's now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, in hindsight,
that really got in.
Yeah.
That was it was like focus for real.
Really, honestly, like, I look at the classes I really study for, I did better in those classes. Little things like that. For me,
yeah, right.
I even think back to high school, the same thing. Like, if I actually tried in high school, I would have had a 4.0. Like, it was high school, it was easy as shit. But you know, you go to high school, you want to enjoy those 4 years. They're supposed to be the best 4 years of your life. Yeah. So you don't want to miss out on that stuff. And things like that get in your way. Same thing for college. Life can get in your way. And I used to see that with my classmates, because at UB, I had classmates that were 40, 50, 60 years old. Like, one of my senior class projects, my partner was 60. Got an A on it, but you went to college with people who had real lives going on, children, you know, and things like that. And a lot of colleges, you don't have that same experience, but you get to learn from those people, and it's a great way to learn more about life, because you're talking to people that are going through it and been through it. They've been going through adulthood longer than you've been an adult.
And it seems like they non-traditional students. It seems like they take it a little bit more serious.
Of course they do. They got bills to pay. You think they're going to college 3,000-4,000? UB was about $3,500 a semester, so it's pretty affordable. They ain't wasting that money. Hell no. Yeah. They got real bills to pay, mortgages to pay, kids to take care of. And I was so blessed. My parents, and it's crazy, I took 7 years, and this is the only part about the 7 years I really shoot myself in the foot about. My parents paid for the first 4.5. So guess who had to foot the bill for the remainder? My black ass. And boy, does it hurt. It hurts, but it was a blessing to be able to pay for the whole semester in full. Write a check, boom. And that was one thing about working at Panera and playing drums. Yeah. I just had, I had it on me. I'm trying to tell you, like, I really had that money saved up.
That's what's up.
It was getting saved from 10.
So that means that you got like some good financial, spending habits or like budgeting? Like, what was it?
Yeah.
Like, how did you...
Well, growing up, of course, you don't got no real bills. I was in high school. What am I paying for? I wasn't even paying for gas. My dad was putting gas in my car. That's tough. I was just blessed, honestly. Like, my car, when I first got my car, I was mad I got my car. Yeah. So spoiled. I never considered myself spoiled at all. But in that situation, I was kind of spoiled. Because when my brother's old car, I was like, oh, this is a hand-me-down car. I was pissed. But anybody that knows me personally knows that was my baby. Yeah. That was my baby, my little blue car. I used to get to point A to point B, and that's all your first car needed to do. But yeah, I would say I didn't necessarily have budgeting skills. I just didn't spend money on dumb shit. Yeah. I mainly spent my money on video games and clothes, but I wasn't going to the mall every weekend and things like that, because I honestly knew how hard I had to work. Well, I had kids growing up. Oh, mommy, let me get this to go to the mall. Please. I honestly don't remember ever asking my parents for money growing up. Yeah. It wasn't that kind of party going on at my house. Like, if we were going out, I was going out because I had the money. Yeah. Well, if we was buying video games, me and my brother, I still don't know how we bought video games, but somehow we came up with that money.
Yeah.
Shoveling snow, washing cars. Kids today don't do that shit.
Yeah.
They don't. That's why I respect these squeegee kids so much. If I got the money, I give them money because I understand. I used to do the same thing at gas stations. Except people didn't look at me sideways because I lived in Baltimore County. You know, people be pussy when they come down President Street.
We could talk about that a little bit too. Just like I think did I scoot out? Yeah, I think I scooted out. The chat, like, because a lot of people, they be like complaining about, you know, the squeegeers. Like, what I don't know, like, I guess they feel harassed by it, or like.
Yeah, and I can understand that. I mean, like I said, some people just don't feel comfortable. They see a young black dude walking towards their car, especially at night. They don't know what they really got on their mind. And I think everybody's on alert. It's Baltimore City. Actually, you know what? It's Baltimore. I don't care if you're in the city or the county. You approach me at night looking crazy, I don't give a fuck where we at. I'm gonna look at you crazy, and we might have a problem. So, but I respect it though, because they could be selling drugs. They could be robbing you. You know what I'm saying? They could be robbing anybody. They could be doing anything else wrong, but they out here in this 90-degree heat all day, washing windows, trying to get $1 or $2. And the situation that some of these kids could probably be coming from, I mean, we ain't nobody to judge that. Like, who are we? God will flip that on you real quick. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They get up here, and they look down on people down here. And
they can end up being that.
Right in
that
you know.
Space.
So I always try to keep it, because I'm always in the city. You know, I gotta come down President Street to get here. I work in the city. I'm going to different properties, so I see them all the time. I try to keep a couple dollars on me just to break them off, because once again, I mean, I've done the same thing to make some money, and they could be doing something a lot worse. So why not? And we all black anyway. You know, I could be my cousin or something. So.
Damn. I think it was like one time I was riding, and I gave one of the guys like one of those because it must have came from an internship, but I gave one of the dudes one of those like light construction, like the
construction vest, the safety vest,
the safety vest. And then it was like a couple weeks later, or maybe like a month later, I saw that like somebody was buying them for the squeegee.
That's good.
Like, so they was like, so I don't know if I like started a little trend.
It's great for them to have though, especially at night. I mean, it's gonna get a little bit colder. It's gonna get dark earlier. You don't want to see none of them kids get hit. You know, so that is good. And I know them safety vests can't be that expensive.
Yeah, right.
So, and sometimes I look at, you know, some younger black people in the city that, you know, you see their face everywhere, and sometimes you don't see them doing too much for the community, but niggas love Euphoria. They'll go pop a bottle, but they won't donate no money. They won't donate their time, won't do nothing. But you know,
bro, I never thought about it that way. Like, even when it comes down to, so I guess I'm always looking at it as like the older group, people that are like, I guess 40s and up. I guess I'm looking at them to make a difference, rather than like, you know, us as
in
like,
our age.
you know, our age, giving back instead of going to like Euphoria or something like that, or not like set up a community event or something like
you
that.
could
We could actually come together with our funds and like, you know, do certain things for the community.
I don't knock it. I mean, do what you want to do with your money. Do what you want to do with your money. It's your money. You earned it. I'm not knocking it. Honestly, I'm not. But I just never been a fan of niggas in the spotlight. You know, like I always feel like how Ace felt on Paid in Full. Like, you know, I ain't in the spotlight. You know, I go to the club, I do what I gotta do, talk to what I gotta do, and I get out of there. Like a lot of people, they gotta be in the spotlight. You know, honestly, I think it's a female trait. Always in the spotlight. You know, always in the videos, dancing. You know, I sound like Suge Knight up here. Like, that shit is weird to me. But you know, they just don't want to donate their time for something that can actually make a difference. But you know, they flash all their money and all the other bullshit.
What do you think that comes from though for you, you know, not wanting to be in the spotlight? Like, was that something that you always
because I would say the way I think about it, like, you know, if you're in a super huge position, especially in this city, you would never want a target on your back. Because niggas will love to take what you got.
That's true.
You know, and I just don't think it's necessary to be in the spotlight. Like, if you are who you say you are, your presence alone speaks for you. You don't gotta be out in the front. And I'm just not that kind of person anyway. I'm super laid back,
Right.
regardless. Like, I don't do too much. I just be chilling. So that's just how I carry myself. I don't really try to do too much, really. Like, even here, like, that's part of the issue I have with my team, kind of. It's just like sometimes they try to force the enthusiasm out of me.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, cool out.
Right. And as a salesperson, because I mean,
technically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
So a lot of times that is the energy, like the vibe that they like, and I worked at a dealership and it was like maybe like 3 months or something like that. But I felt that like, I wasn't, I was just like kind of like laid back. Like I always looked at it as if somebody wants to like really buy a car and they're coming in a lot, like they're going to buy it. You know what I mean? I can like I can give you the information,
but I can't finesse you into it. Some people can finesse though.
Yeah,
they can,
or
but
like pressure you a little.
Yeah, even when I was doing the job at Costco, doing that direct sales, that was our thing. We used to have these meetings in the morning, all loud and shit.
Yep, yeah.
I'm like, yo, I just woke up about an hour ago, bro. I don't drink coffee or nothing. I naturally just wake myself up. I naturally get myself going.
You don't drink coffee at all? Or?
No,
yeah.
Not at all.
Is that you just don't like it? Or?
One of the main things is I just don't want my body to ever be too dependent on any substance.
For real?
Yeah. People get addicted to coffee, and then they naturally just can't wake up without it. Yeah. It's a drug. It's same thing as cigarettes, and that's why I would never try hard drugs. Yeah. Because they'll all hook you. You'll be hooked forever.
Yeah. I've tried coffee, but I just didn't like the feeling that it gives me. Like, well, one, like if I drink too much, I'm like super jittery. Like I can't even focus. Like you're drinking it in order to give you energy, in order to focus. But like if you drink too much, then you just like off the charts.
Yeah, you off over the cliff.
Yeah, exactly. But I had noticed while I was drinking it, and this is like minimum, like small amounts of caffeine, even like green tea. If I drink it, I'll notice my sleep changes a little bit. Like I don't get as good sleep, or I won't go to sleep as fast like at night. So I was just like, let me like, right now I just completely like stay away from
I might get a pumpkin spice every once in a while, but not that one every day or a couple times a week. None of that. Yeah. That shit is expensive. Definitely. Go to Starbucks every day, $7-8 a day. It's gonna add up quick. It's like weed.
Yeah. But we was going back to the sales, like those meetings that you were going in. That energy, like do they do those, like the icebreakers, like they try to get you to sit up in a circle and clapping and like.
My old job, yes. Not here, not necessarily. No, we don't got time for that. We do have a meet, like we do good news. That's about the extent of it. Give you good news, talk about it, That's what's up. And then we get to the meeting because we all got stuff to do. We gotta go to houses, we gotta meet with clients, this, that, or the third. So we don't got time to be all kumbaya up in here. Talk about what you gotta talk to so I can get back to work.
How much so I mean, when you're selling I guess, and this is probably not a good way to look at it, but like you're selling a car, and I guess I don't like selling a car. I don't take that, I don't take that as seriously as purchasing a home. So I think when I think of buying a car, I do think that somebody could just be like, be have a little bit more finesse, I guess, or like try to like, sway somebody to buy the car.
Right.
Like, you should get this. Like, this is a really good one. Like, if you notice somebody's like saying certain things, like you push them towards the, buying.
Yeah.
But when it comes to purchasing a home, do you feel like there is a little bit of sale in there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, people, a lot of times, especially when you first meet people, they're reaching out to you like, oh, I want to see this house. So as soon as you look at the house, you already know kind of what they're looking for. Then when you talk to them, you dig a little deeper. Like, why are you moving? What do you really need? Do you need that big backyard? Do you need that extra office space downstairs for your side business? Do you need that 2-car garage? Do you need this much land? You need a big backyard. You throw parties. You need, all types of stuff. You just try to dig deep. As far as finessing a little bit into a house that might work, they could get it for a good price, might not be exactly what they want, you just can start talking about renovations. Like, I got contractors out the ass, which I actually do. I know a bunch of contractors. Good prices. I tell them that, like, I got guys, they can do the floors for you, they paint for you. You change this, maybe you get what you really want. Because, in the housing market, there is no perfect house. Customers, unless you get in a new build, ground up, you can pick everything, there is no perfect house.
Right.
You know, so some people, they come in with super high expectations, and you don't necessarily want to shoot all their aspirations down, but you have to bring them back down to earth just a little bit so they know what to really expect. Some people, like I just had a closing, and some people are so uninformed about the closing costs. So my client, yeah, I guess I could talk about this. My client, his house was like $195,000. His closing cost was about 20% of that. So everybody watching this,
know about it. What is closing?
Closing costs is transfer taxes. Really everything that gets it from the buyer to the seller. It's all types of stuff in closing costs. And yeah, about 20% probably. Yeah, about 20. Yeah. About 20%.
So you don't go in knowing that?
You can get an estimate from your lender. I personally, like, that's another thing. I don't answer financial questions. You got a lender. I mean, oh yeah, just talk to your lender. That's another good thing about real estate is literally like, I am the house person. You want to know about this house? I got you. You want to know about your finances? Talk to your lender. You want to know about that? Talk to them.
Yeah.
No. It's you don't want to tell them the wrong thing. You can actually get in trouble about that. That's one thing about real estate. Like, you got to stay on your P's and Q's, because boy, you will get sued. Like one of my clients, this nigga. This fool, he great guy too, great dude, honestly. Like, we got along, but we got it under contract. In the contract, it says you have to get your deposit in within 24 hours. And this fool was trying to tell me he wasn't going to give me the deposit. He was like, oh, they trying to take money from me, do this, do that. Played the race card because the lender was white. And was like, yeah, I ain't going to give you the money because my cousin, a real estate agent, she said it should do this way and it should be that way. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm on the phone with this man for like 45 minutes on a Sunday night, trying to convince him, listen to him yell in my damn ear. I had to meet with him at Cheesecake Factory to pick up the check. I finally convinced him to give me the money. I'm like, yo, if anything goes wrong, we can get the money back. And it actually worked out. But yeah, it's stuff like that in real estate that you have to work through. Because he would have got sued. If he did not give me that deposit, he would have got sued for a lot more than what that deposit was. They would have came for his ass. I work around a lot of white people. They have Jewish lawyers. Seriously. My team lead is Jewish, so they would have took him for everything he had. I promise you that. They're not playing with him. And you really got to get through stuff like that.
So when you had spoke a little bit about, you know, building a house from the ground up. Do you go to a realtor if you're trying to get a house built? Like, if or do I also, like, if I wanted to get like an architect or something like that? So if I wanted to, you know, really like draw up everything, like, and then get it built.
Yeah, a realtor could definitely help you with that, because we could sell you the land.
Okay, I got you. Right.
We could sell you the land if you don't already have an architect or a builder. You know, we know guys that could give you quotes and go over floor plans and things like that and the whole nine. But if you just need land and you already got everything else, because you got to get the land approved, it has to have the well on it, it has to be approved. Like, the soil has to be tested, so you know that it's like to make sure the soil doesn't collapse, or if it's good soil, and things like that. So you could definitely go to a realtor. We might have less to do, but on the flip side, I mean, yeah, we could definitely still help you buy the house, because I think technically it's the builder's house until you pay for it. So you would still technically be buying the house from the builder instead of, well, yeah, either way you'll be buying it from the builder, because you're still paying them for it. So we could still help in that transaction, but we can always just sell you the land that the house is going to be built on.
How expensive is
land?
Well, if I wanted to get, like, if I wanted to do all of that.
Well, right now, I'd say it's a lot better time to build a house right now than it was like a year ago. What the fuck? Oh, than it was a year ago. Lumber prices, right there. Lumber prices shot up about 50%. Last year. What happened was, when the pandemic started, they didn't think housing sales would sustain, so they stopped making wood. Housing sales sustained, they didn't have enough wood, so supply demand.
Now, different materials, I don't know how much you know about the materials, but I was asking because I have like somewhat of a design in mind, but I want like mostly concrete. Like as far as like the house.
What you want, a 3D printed house? Yeah, they can do that.
I don't know if I've seen that before.
They can definitely do that.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yes, sir. They can 3D print houses these days.
That's crazy.
Container houses. You know, you can get the big shipping containers. You can get a container for like $5,000, depending on, you know, your research.
Which you
and
just
stuff.
gotta buy the land, I guess.
And then they put it together, and you can definitely get very creative with some shipping containers. But I can tell you some prices of stuff. I know windows are about $260 a pop. Damn. Flooring might cost you like $2 a square foot. What else? A new roof can be like $3,500. Bigger units are like $5,500. What else? HVAC, electrical, plumbing. Like, and I'm just thinking about average townhouses in Baltimore City. That's like $7,000 a pop.
Yeah, because I'm also thinking about size now that she's saying that. Like, how big would this even be?
Yeah.
2 floors, maybe three bedroom, 4
Which would be
bedroom,
cool. Something that would be real cool is you buy a couple vacant properties in the city and knock them all down and take all that land. Yep. You gotta get your permits to knock them down, but I'm pretty sure you could get a couple properties for super cheap, knock them bad boys down, and you'll have 3 lots worth of space. You can get very creative. It's just about finding where you want to be at.
And I wanted to talk about this too. I've been talking to a few people about it, like a couple of like my mentors. I think I might have even talked about it to my manager, but I keep on having this, like I think about buying a home and I'm thinking like, you know, it's a good idea, like I can, you know, but I also have like a certain anxiety when it comes to debt. So, and of course, you know, some people, like you'll say, you know, or people say, you know, you have good debt and bad debt. So like, you know, having a mortgage isn't necessarily as bad as like, you know, me spending a whole bunch of money on clothes or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But whenever I owe money, I just have this really like I get anxious and I'm like, damn, like I the money that I'm getting right now is not my money, like because like I know in the back of my mind I have like $300,000 that I gotta pay off
over 30 years, right?
Yeah. So I don't know, like what is your advice as far as, you know, purchasing a home and like do you have anything to say as far as like getting over that anxiety? Like,
I would say you just be really sure that one, it's the house you want, because I think also that will add to like, oh, I'm paying all this money and now I don't really like the house. Then you might have to sell it, go through it. 2, always keep in the back of your mind that your house could go up in value. So you may pay $300,000 for it, and this is a lot of people were going through this earlier this year. I mean, I was losing deals with my clients. We putting in offers $20,000-$30,000 over asking price. People was getting 50, 60, 70,000 over asking, like it was nothing.
Damn.
Like it was on the regular. So people's houses, your house could always end up being worth more than you paid for it. So I would say that's a good way to say, well, you know, down the road it'll pay itself off. 2, it's an asset in the long run. I mean, even if that's the one house you ever live in, your kids can live in it. Your kids can live in it as long as they don't get greedy and sell it like some of these knuckleheads. People come in these houses. I don't want grandma house paid off. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, finished basement. Somebody come up, yo, I got 50 bands for you. Sold. Stupid.
For real,
but yeah, you can set your family up. Real estate has always been known as the biggest wealth vehicle in this damn country. Unless you can get your hands on some oil, it's real estate. And white folks know that. That's why, you know, when they came back from Vietnam, they didn't give none of the black soldiers the housing vouchers. That's why I don't fuck with the army at all. I respect those people, but yeah, they just know that it's the biggest wealth mover in this country is having real estate. You can duplicate a lot of shit. You can't duplicate land. There's only a certain amount of land on this planet. And America's for sale. It's for sale. Why do you think Kanye got couple hundred acres in Wyoming? You hear about Young Thug just bought 100 acres, and when he put houses on them 100 acres, he gonna make more money from that shit than he'll ever make from music. 100 acres, come on now. You got even
Kanye might have got like 1,000 acres.
Kanye has a shit ton of land. Honestly, I even saw something. It was a whole town for sale, like somewhere in Georgia.
Jeez, how much was
buildings? It was a couple million. Honestly, like if I had rapper money, fuck these chains. Them boys getting finessed for them chains for one. That's a whole different conversation.
Hell yeah.
They get finessed. I got 300,000 on my neck, but the diamond's only worth 100,000, whatever. But yeah, niggas really ruin Rolexes by putting aftermarket diamonds in Rolexes. Yeah. They lose the value. You got to get the diamonds from the Rolex store. Mm-hmm. But back to buying this house anxiety, because I'm not going on a tangent. Just be confident in your purchase. I would say that, get over it, and that it's going to be worth that $300,000 after you pay for it and more. So you're paying for it, but you can get your money back.
Yeah. And I always go back to the thought that I have anxiety as far as taking on the mortgage, but at the same time, it's the same thing. Not the same thing, but I'm still paying rent. You know what I mean, at my apartment. So it's kind of like.
Rent's not permanent.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Rent doesn't feel permanent.
That's
I don't like this place. I can go after a year, 6 months. I'm out of here. A mortgage, damn, 30 years, 15 years. My goodness, that's the biggest part of it.
I feel like right now I could easily just go to California if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like
it might be your personality too. It might just be like, if you're one of those people who feel like, I want to be able to get up and go whenever. Maybe you should never get a mortgage. Maybe you should never buy a house, a personal house.
Right.
You can have a rental property, but maybe you never need a personal mortgage house. All that. I know guys like that. They have a bunch of rental properties, but they live in nice apartments.
Yeah, I know one that's like that. Yeah.
That's true. They don't want that headache because they know what comes with owning these houses in Baltimore City.
So I guess like how. I mean, okay, even down to that though, I still think about the debt. So I've thought about, having a rental property, but I'm just like, right, like, I mean, like what we just said, I still can move and all of that stuff. Right. It's just like the hassle.
A rental property in Baltimore City. So I worked for a property management company for a year in Baltimore City. We managed over 300 properties. My boss was a complete asshole, but I learned a lot from his ass. I did. I hate him. Let me not say it. I don't hate him. He was an asshole. Rental property, the rental game in Baltimore City is a fun one. Buckle up, seriously. I would say the biggest keys to having a rental property with the least amount of headaches is a good house and a good tenant. These fools will tear your house up. Yeah, they will tear your shit up. They don't care. Especially, and I'm not knocking any Section 8 person.
I was about to say,
not knocking them. But I have worked. This is coming from personal experience, so I can say whatever I want. Section 8 people, they know that game, and they will work that game, and they will work you. Not all of them, but I'd say in my experience, about 80 to 90% of them will work you and work the system. And that's your biggest headache.
Because the government, do they cover their, the rent?
Most Section 8 rentals are covered at least 80% of the rent.
So if they don't cover that 20%, does the government...
Then they can get evicted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they can get evicted, or they have to pay the water bill. Yeah. And that's where my fucking issue comes in. Because you give... And it's black people. It's black people... And they, like I said, they work that system, and they don't even want to pay the water bill. Water bill, $80. You telling me, and there's multiple adults living in the house. You telling me 3 adults can't come up with $90 in a month? The fuck you been doing? And I tell my dad this all the time. You could walk around Baltimore City, downtown, Inner Harbor, Fells, wherever, 4 or 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. And I guarantee you, if you look around on the ground, you'll pick up enough money to pay that rent. So you telling me you can't pay that shit? So I've seen people where their entire rent is paid. House fully renovated. 3-4 bedrooms, finished basement, the whole nine. Better apartment than I was living in. Fuck.
Yeah.
All they gotta do is pay $100 a month.
They have some nice Section 8.
Can't pay that. Niggas is lazy. Yeah. It's as simple as that. They lazy as shit. If you can't come up, if you're a grown ass adult and you have the use of all your limbs and you can't come up with $100 a month, you're lazy as shit. Especially in the summertime.
That is a problem.
Go cut some grass.
Squeegee.
Go work at fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Yeah.
So I have an issue with that. I have an issue with this rent that they not letting people to get evicted. Why? Because people are living in houses for free for over a year now. It's time. Time for niggas to go.
Yeah.
It's time for them to go. So as a property manager, you would have to deal with all that shit.
Right.
People fucking your house up. People
that's crazy.
You know, oh, I need this fixed in the middle of the night. Oh, I'm gonna put my money in escrow. So you don't get, they're gonna pay their rent, but you don't get it paid until you fix the stuff. People that will allow you to come fix the stuff, they mess it up again, so you fail the inspection, so you don't get your Section 8 money. My best advice is to find somebody who's not on Section 8.
Yeah.
Screw.
Okay. So don't do it that way. I was thinking, that's crazy. I was thinking about Section 8, but
no.
No.
Because I'm going to say this. Section 8 rent, you might get $150, $200 more a month. I mean, if that's worth the headache, cool. If it's not, you know what to do.
You know how consistent like Airbnb is? I know somebody was talking to me about Airbnb.
I don't feel depending on the city, it's probably very consistent.
For real.
Yeah, especially if you can get somewhere close to a convention center, somewhere with a lot of sports teams, successful sports teams.
Yeah, like a nice city where it's just like a busy city.
Yeah, tourists.
Like New York, Atlanta, some shit like that.
New York, Atlanta, Miami, Houston.
Yeah.
Philly, Dallas, anywhere in Cali.
Yeah.
DC.
Right. Okay. So that's the option.
Yeah.
But I guess like covering that mortgage with Airbnb. So say for instance you get a duplex or something like that where like you can have, you know, you might have one room where like somebody like you using that as Airbnb, but then you have somebody else that's just like, you know, a tenant that's staying there. Like
that could work.
Is that okay?
Yeah, house hacking. Like you live upstairs, somebody else live downstairs, but their rent is covering the whole mortgage. You're pretty much living for free. Yeah, you could definitely do the Airbnb. You would just have to put that in the lease. Yeah, Airbnb Arbitrage, I think is what it's called, when you don't necessarily own the property, which is probably what 95% of people do.
What's Airbnb Arbitrage?
They just use corporate leases, especially when they get apartments. A lot of apartment complexes don't allow Airbnb because there's just too much liability involved. First off, you have a bunch of people coming in and out of a property. You have to do background. In my experience, apartment leasing, you have to do background checks over everybody over 18. So if you got a bunch of people coming in and out, you don't know who's around your tenants. You got kids and stuff living in that building. So you put them at risk because you allowing somebody to rent out to a bunch of strangers. And two is just, you know, people throw parties. It's just, you know, it's going to bother the other tenants, damages, all that shit.
Yeah.
So you have to usually have a corporate lease to show that a business is going to be taking care of the rent.
Yeah.
And then after that, yeah, in a weekend you can make your rent back.
Yeah.
Especially in a city like Miami, you charge $300 a day, you know, plus all them fees and stuff. You'll easily make over a stack in a weekend. In Miami, apartments, $1,500 to $2,000, depending where you at. Maybe a little bit more if you own like a penthouse, but you can definitely get somewhere nice that people want to stay at for very affordable.
I'm gonna have to do some thinking, some self-analysis though too, just to get like I guess I have to really think about my emotions, I guess, towards money. What do you my emotional.
Connection.
Money. Yeah. So the way that I think about money, just to,
Omar said on The Wire, you know, money ain't got no owners, only spenders. So sometimes you gotta spend that money to make the money. You gotta take a risk.
That's tough.
You know, it'll come back to you, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a risk, especially if you got the plan. If you've done all the research from A to Z, and the only thing left to do is to pay some money, you gotta pay that money. It's kind of scary to jump out. Like, I'm about to start some new shit my damn self.
Yeah.
It's not gonna cost too much to start, but you gotta start somewhere. And Airbnb is a great business. The only thing that scares me about it is a lot of cities are actually starting to crack down on it, I should say.
Bro. Why?
For the main reasons, all these apartment complexes, you know, I think, you know, they just all got together and just made enough noise that people started paying attention to it.
Well, not like people coming together like they are apartment owners and they like upset about Airbnb. Is that what you mean? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the actual apartment owners, like property
like
management.
Uber and taxi drivers.
Yeah. But Uber is more expensive than taxis these days.
Yeah.
Uber's also a luxury. People don't look at Uber as a luxury, but it's a luxury service. We're in the world now where everything is a luxury service because we don't have to get off our ass to get anything no more.
Yeah.
That's why some of the best things in America cater to lazy people. We're a lazy ass country. Uber. What do most rich people have?
Oh, what you mean, like cars?
Personal drivers,
Okay.
right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a taxi is a taxi. You could call a taxi and they come to your house, but it's a fucking yellow taxi. I can get an Uber, get me the XL Uber, pull up in the nice black truck.
Right.
You know, you pull up in a place like that, you know, you might look a little bit more official and things like that. It gives you a feeling of luxury. You know, oh, let me get this car to come. Luxury.
Right.
What the fuck is Uber Eats? Luxury. I don't gotta get off my ass
Yeah, I could just
to get
order
food.
whatever. Yeah.
What's a barber come into your house? Tattoo artist come into your house. They charge you extra. It's the don't get off your ass fee.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And people will pay for it.
That's true.
And that's why people like Airbnbs. They want a different experience when they go out of town. They don't want that same hotel experience. They want the penthouse with the rooftop pool these days because they want to feel like they're living more luxurious. And like Kanye says, in a black person's soul to rock that gold. So people will definitely pay more money, sometimes even when they ain't got it, just to, you know, get their little 24-hour Instagram story post off and their 150 likes.
Yeah.
It's a mindset thing, man. So, yeah, man, Airbnb is cool, though. Airbnb is cool, but I will say, as a side note, if you are thinking about another business, you should look into Turo. Get into the rental car business. And just to break it down for you real quick, literally, you get a car, like a Camry or something. Say if your payment's $250 a month, insurance like an extra $100, whatever, and maintenance is like $50 because they gonna put the gas in it. You might have to clean it, whatever. So you went all in at $400, but you renting it at $40 a day. 10 days, you got all your money back.
Yeah.
You rent for 20, you double. You rent for the whole 30 days, you triple your money.
Yeah.
After expenses, you double your money. So it's something else that you could look into that doesn't have like a high barrier of entry. That's very simple to do. One of my friends, he has like 3 cars, and I'm actually, me and him, he's still getting all the paperwork together, but we got a Beamer coming, a Beamer truck that's about to get on the market.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be able to rent that out for like $75 a day.
Yeah.
And I even seen this one dude I follow, Malik Jones. He's in real estate. Like if I see,
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, if I see you in real estate, I'm gonna follow you. I don't care if I know you personally or not. I'm gonna see what you got because I sell properties, you buy them, so we can work together.
Yeah, because he's doing Airbnb, right?
Yeah. I know he got an Airbnb. I seen he just did a rental car too. He has like a Maserati truck. So, you know, niggas might not rent a Maserati every day, but in Miami they might rent a Maserati every day because niggas go to Miami on Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
And once again, niggas ain't got Maseratis in real life. Yeah. They ain't got Maserati money in real life. And they gonna go out of town and
I don't do I need to be do I need to be in Miami in order to have like my my rental car in Miami?
Hell no.
Like but as far as like, maintenance though,
you can have somebody manage you can have somebody manage it, but once again, you got mobile detailing businesses. You got apps that allow you to lock the key in the car, you can unlock it from your cell phone. So somebody like, oh, I'm here to detail your car, unlock the car. They do what they do, put the key back. Oh, I'm here to rent your car, unlock the car, put it back. Damn. Now you might still have to have somebody down there managing, but in the world of technology, I mean, you see all these companies stay connected for the last year over the internet. We've been running billion-dollar companies in our pajamas. Yeah. So you could definitely run a rental car business, from home. Yeah. You just gotta have the tools in place.
Yeah, seriously. I had a friend hit me up about Toro, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to like do some more research, just as far as how much it'll be, and yeah, that sounds and then that's also just less of a strain, I guess. Like if I did 40,000 or something like that on a car, rather than like 300,
exactly, and you don't even need a $40,000 car. Yeah, you really. I mean, I see.
That's true. Yeah,
I see a lot of the rentals are the Corollas or the $15,000 to $20,000 cars.
Right.
Because people come from out of town, they already spent the money on their ticket,
so
plane ticket, hotel,
simple,
A to B, Bluetooth, backup camera, the AC work, nice speaker system. That's all they want. Smooth ride. Yeah. Now, like I said, different city, you can rent out the exotic cars.
Yeah, right.
Niggas ain't really coming to Baltimore to rent out
to get a
Lambo. I mean, they might, but the market's not there like it is in other cities. So in a city like Baltimore, I would say stick to something much more affordable where you can get the $30 to $50 range. Because all people need is something to get them from A to B that's comfortable.
Yeah. Yep. Bro, and when my friend had approached me with the idea, I did not think about being in a different location, like just doing it in Florida or something like that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, they definitely have management companies for that. It's like
That's hard.
you'll see property management companies managing properties owned by people up in New York. Never even seen the property. They like, here are the keys, this the lease, this how much I want, just send me my check.
Bro.
Big real estate people, that's how they operate. They like, yo, don't bother me about this damn property unless there's a major issue. We used to have owners like, if the repair is not more than $500, don't bother me. Everything less than $500, automatically do.
Yeah.
Just send me my check every month.
And my bad, but me and Diamond, we was talking about because you had mentioned having a driver. I think Diamond had asked me, she was like, what's my like dream car? And I was like having a hard time thinking of like what my dream car would be, because I just kept thinking like, if I can get my dream car, man, I want a driver. You know
Facts.
what I mean? Like just
If I hit the lottery.
And if I'm gonna have a driver, then I'm gonna have something with some space in there, so I can just chill in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get,
man.
Like,
That
Rolls Royce or some shit
like that joint Khaled got that drop top Maybach where the back is
I
open.
don't think I've seen it.
It's like the whole back window is missing. But it's a Maybach. That shit is. I would get something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I hit the lottery, the first thing I'm putting aside is like a solid $1 million, so I could pay $50,000 a year to a driver to be available whenever I want for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
I swear, I hate driving. It's the one thing I hate about real estate. I hate driving. I hate driving because people are stupid.
Yeah. Imagine like just you can go like you're going to work, but you just like on your phone, like just doing, you know, you can start working in your car before you even.
Squirrel, come scoop me. Round the way, shorty.
Yeah. And after you had said that though, you had said you were saying something about like you was about to go on a tangent about like well, you said Kanye. What did Kanye say about gold? Like,
Isn't a black person sold to rock that gold? Yeah.
Gold. Do you? I mean, of course, like I guess, well, not of course, but a lot of people, I know me personally, like there are temptations at times to do those things. You know what I mean? Or, like, cause it's like, although like I know, like why do I want a Cuban link or something like that? But a part of me want, like, I'd be like looking at, because there was a point where I probably still have a screenshot of a white gold Cuban link in my phone. But it's just like,
you should see some of my jewelry screenshots. It's terrible.
But it's like, what is that? And like, I guess, what are your thoughts on it? Just as far as, you know, like
I think
is it a problem?
I think people can allow it to become a problem. And I think it just comes down to you having your priorities. Like I said before, it's your money. Buy whatever the hell you want. You worked for it. Buy what you want. But I've seen people where they'll buy what they want before they buy what they need, and they don't take care of their shit.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem truly lies with black people. I think it goes all the way back to slavery.
Yeah.
I think it truly does. I think even when you look at the difference between house slaves and field slaves, you had one group of black people that were treated better than another group of black people, and that just to this day has still caused segregation in our community. You see people on Twitter arguing about, oh, light skin this, dark skin that, and
it's crazy that's
black men ain't shit. I'm like, man, that's some goofy ass shit, bro. And you know who's laughing? You know who's the white man.
Yeah.
They sitting up there like, look at these dumbass niggas, bro.
Yeah.
Arguing over the shit we said they would argue about 400 years ago, and the plan worked. Right. Their plan has worked. It's crazy. But I really think it goes all the way back to there. I think people want to feel a certain status. That's why they wear fake shit. Because fake it till you make it.
Bro, the counterfeit, I mean, what is it? Not counterfeit. What is it? What's the word for it?
Counterfeit. Fake?
Counterfeit. Yeah. I'm thinking about the shoes. It's a underground market right now with like the shoes. Like they make like, you know, Virgil, like the off-white tennis and stuff like that, and they look like almost like, you know, replicas of it, but they are, you know, they fake.
Yeah, man, it's
that market, that's crazy.
It's why pay for something fake because you can't afford the real thing, instead of, I look at it like you can save that money, put it towards something, invest, and then you get to the point where you can get the real shit. Like, why fake it to make it?
Yeah.
Cause you want some bitches, and that's what it is. Niggas is niggas that I see doing it a lot more than the women. It's cause niggas be wanting these women. Women love that shit. That in the spotlight, flashy. Oh, he got all this jewelry, all that bullshit.
And
man.
it's sick, bro. I can't remember. I think I was watching some movie recently, but they had like sort of talked about it. Like, imagine if women stopped like idolizing
that goofiness.
So then, like, you know, men we would stop doing it because we are like a lot of us are not all of us, but a lot of us are doing it simply because we think that that's what they want, and it is at times.
Exactly.
You know, like because. I don't know who said it, but like I pull up in a, in the fucking
VIP.
You know, I pull up in a Rolls Royce and she gonna notice me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she gonna pay attention to me. You know, when I'm in this, like I pull up to the party and she see me in that. But
like I said, niggas go out of town and rent Rolls Royces. You think these niggas got $500,000 for a Rolls Royce?
For that.
You think they got think they got 20% of that liquid?
Yeah.
100K liquid? That's what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to 100K net worth. I'm trying to get 100K liquid in my bank account. I want to see 100, comma 000.
Just to see that,
And liquid.
That's my thing. Like, I don't. So I do, have those times where I like might feel a little bit of temptation to just, buy something expensive. But my main thing is just seeing it in my bank account. Like, that's when the good feeling comes from. It's just like, oh damn, that looks good right there. Like,
going back, when you asked me earlier about the money management, that was part of it. I put a check in there and be like, damn, just smile. That's why I never had. Especially growing up, I never had to be flashy because not even on no bragging shit. I just knew. I knew. I knew niggas. I knew for a fact niggas' bank account didn't look anywhere close to mine. So I could wear regular shit. Niggas could never clown me because I could always say like, I mean, I could literally pull my bank account out right now and embarrass you, little nigga. So
that's always been important to me too. Just like, I don't necessarily need to show it because it's like I know personally that
exactly. If you're confident in yourself, you don't need to be accepted by anybody. If you don't have to fake it till you make it, you're in a pretty good headspace because that shit really starts to fuck with your mentality. That's all that social media stuff. Oh, I didn't get a lot of likes. Oh, this post deleted by accident. Come on, yo. We still using that same lie. We all been on Twitter 10 plus years. Ain't shit delete by itself. Instagram don't delete by itself. You didn't get enough likes the first time. You felt the way. Now you gonna dust yourself off and try again, my nigga. That's what you about to do. Yo say, oh man, I should have reposted it around this time. I would have got. Oh, come on, man. It's all about validation. And I think people will go to extreme lengths to be validated, either to themselves, they feel like they need all this, or to be validated to other people who may have these things, or they feel like they have to have these things to be accepted by certain people, which is a whole different crazy ass mindset. And I see it. I used to see it so much in high school with growing up in Baltimore County and seeing how people somehow would just lie about, oh, I'm from the city, claiming a grandmother house over west, over east. My grandma from, nigga, you go down. If you ain't go to school there, you ain't grow up, because niggas need to feel validation. Because it was like this whole, what's the word?
There's like
assumption.
That.
Like, you from the county, you supposed to be soft. You from the city, you supposed to be hard. Now, I know bitch ass niggas from the city. I know real niggas from the county. It don't matter where you from. So even back then, I used to see people just going to great lengths to be validated.
They live in a certain lifestyle.
It's bad, man.
It's crazy.
It's a mental thing. It's so bad.
Like, people, it's some people now that are impacted like by that mentality. Like, I don't know, somebody got arrested, like, but they come from like a really good family. Parents support them with everything that they do. I think they probably went to some good schools out in the county. Everything was just set up, but because of that perception, wanting to be hard, I think they started hanging around in in the city. And they must have just got into some stuff, but I think they got locked up. I don't know, it was something but it's just
you didn't even have to be in this. Yeah, I know people from 2-parent households, $500,000 houses, spoiled. Mama used to give them a couple $100. And honestly, I know this nigga not gonna say. I wish he would, because I'm just thinking of one person in particular. This nigga's such a little bitch. honestly. But yeah, yo, always rubbed me the wrong way because I'm like, yo, niggas know where you live, and everything. And you just not that kind of person now. And it's just like, why fake it? You get so much more respect. And I know this from personal experience, being a pastor's son, because people have their assumptions about that. And I'm from the county. You got double assumptions about my ass. You get so much more respect just being your damn self.
Yeah.
You don't have to fake it. Why do we glorify struggle as black people? Why do we do that? I'll never understand it. Like, yeah, yo, I got it out the mud. No, you didn't.
Right.
No, you didn't. I know where you live. I know what you come from. No, you didn't. If you did, more power to you. I clap for you.
I remember being that person too, though. That like, you know, it was almost like looking at somebody's situation and being like, oh, you know, that like looking down at it, like your parent, like in high school, like your mother bought you those shoes, like you didn't work for those shoes.
Yeah, no, like, honestly, I felt the same way. Because I only felt that way when you used to act like you got that shit. You don't, and it's so funny on the Cosby Show.
I get that for sure.
It was this one episode with Vanessa talking about how she was getting picked on at school because they was like, they're making fun of me because we're rich, and Bill had to say like, you're not rich. Me and your mother are rich. You have nothing. And that's how I used to look at it. I'm like, yo, you don't have shit.
Yeah.
Your mama bought you that. And like I was saying earlier, like I was never like, oh, mommy, let me get a couple $100 to go to the mall. Like it was Ben's money.
But then going to the mall and flexing like, I got this.
It's weird, Joe. It's an identity crisis with these niggas out here, man. They don't know what they be on social media too much, yo. They don't know what they want in life.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, actually, especially at this age. At my age, 28, niggas still have that damn identity. Niggas think they trap, bro. They ain't got no OGs in their life. Because if you had niggas in your life that was really in that life, like I had a couple cousins, couple uncles that was in to certain shit. Like my one uncle been shot 11 times, bro. Still walking, still standing. You know what I'm saying? And even I remember I was telling my friend this story. It was like he had put this picture up of like weed, like he was rolling up, and I liked the picture. I was like 18, 19. He was like, yeah, I don't like that picture. You know, trying to make sure I stay away from all that shit. Because he know, and I know what that life is really about. But you got these little niggas out here who think they know some shit, think they about a certain life, think they really trapping and shit like that. And I don't knock nobody for how they get their money. Hell no. Yeah. Get your money. You know, be safe about it, but get your money. Thinking they doing something, and it's like when you get put into a real situation, that's when you fold because you're not real. You're not built for that. And if you're not built for that, cool. Be that school nigga. Be that laid back nigga. Just get your money.
Just accept your
get your bitches.
Yeah.
What else do you want in life?
Right.
Why do you gotta be the tough guy? Why niggas gotta always poke their chest out? You know, there's always somebody bigger and badder than you. And one day, some of these niggas is gonna meet that person. It's gonna be exactly what they need. They're gonna catch that ass whipping. They're gonna catch them hands, or hopefully not worse. You know, everybody's so quick to pick up a gun these days because they can't fucking fight or take a punch.
It's sad, bro.
We used to be able to take a punch. Damn.
Yeah. But speaking of you, like as far as like drugs, like how easy is it for somebody to purchase a home that is like with not necessarily drug money, but just like illegal funds?
Actually, very easy.
For real?
All you would have to do, seriously, all you have to do, because actually one of my clients, even though I know it wasn't illegal money, but he's like a musician, so we get paid in cash a lot. So you know you have a lot of cash deposit. You would really just have to get a bunch of your family members and friends to send you a bunch of birthday cards and like, you know, pictures of the money. Like, oh, here's $200 for your birthday. Because what happens is the bank asks about all of that. Yeah. They will print out your entire bank history. Like, oh, what's this deposit? Right. What's this? What's this? Yeah. Because technically the bank, the bank owns your house. You know what I mean? And people forget that part. They technically own your house. So they have to make sure that they're buying a house for somebody that's going to be able to pay off the house. So they really have to look at all your money. I tell all my clients, when we put this contract in, don't buy shit. Do not swipe your card again. Because even when you a day before closing, they could come to you like, oh, what's this spending? What's this? I'm like, don't buy no big purchases, nothing over like $25 with your card, nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all you have to do is just get them to say, oh yeah, I gave him $10,000 for his birthday.
Yeah.
You know, you can always launder it.
Right. And that was I can't say, I'm not supposed to say okay, but like certain companies, they have like they have trainings where they teach you about like, you know, money laundering, like what things to look out for and like those type of things.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. So I know about, you know, like, you know, you can't put certain amounts of money, like they track, like I think it's like you have to write a report. Well, I know companies have to write reports for like certain amounts of money depending on like, you know, how much it is, like, and then for certain transactions, I guess like personal transactions, like we can
600 like now. They changing it. They're monitoring every transaction.
It was for like 9,000 or
anything over 10K.
Anything over 10K. Yeah.
Now it's any transaction, not just deposits. Any transaction, any spending over $600.
You think that's gonna pass?
Hell
yeah. It's in the word. Yeah.
I always tell people, imagine if Trump did that shit. Another conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, 600 now.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean,
why six? What? Like that doesn't even.
Because Big Brother's always watching.
Yeah.
That pretty much sums it up, I think.
Damn.
You know, it's probably a camera on his TV. They probably watching, or they probably hacked into your MacBook right now. You probably should wave at them and stuff. My FBI Frank.
Sick.
My agent named him Frank. So I hope he's having a good day. Niggas always listening, man. They always listening.
That's crazy. I was just watching, or not watching, I was reading about it, I'm about to jump, I'm jumping around, but I like to read AP news because I feel like certain news networks, they like are for one specific, like, you know, party or like specific viewpoint. So I'm like, I use AP News, and I don't know specifically if they do it either. But just as far as like how they write the narrative, so like certain political stuff. So like if you're looking at CNN, they'll put like the headline, and it might be like something that's you can perceive it as something negative, I guess. Like if it was about like, you know, the Republican Party or something like that, or if it was Fox News, then they'll be doing it. Whereas like if it's Biden or somebody like that, they're going to show like,
because people don't read articles, they read headlines. Yeah,
so it's like they're almost sometimes like the way that those news networks are written, it almost feels like they have like bias just as far as like, you know, like how they report, because they have a certain agenda pretty much.
Right.
So when I've been going into like AP News, because like I feel like they're a little bit more, you know, like to the point, like as far as what's going on, like they just reporting the facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was just reading an article about, I can't remember his name, it's like Brainard or something like that, but it's a guy that's trying to pretty much like redo the not redo the Capitol riots, but like he's trying to like he's trying to give it a different narrative, pretty much. Like he wants people to not look at it in the sense of like, you know,
storming the place.
Yeah, exactly. Like he wants to like talk, like he wants to show that there was like a, you know, like a peaceful protest towards like, you know. But as I was looking through his tweets, and then also just like I think I might have checked like CNN just to see like what they said about it, and then I tried to check like Fox to see what they said about it. But it was just like, it almost felt like I'm feeling a sense of, and of course like people have talked about it a lot, but just as far as like that divide almost like between like, you know, black and white, like it seems like a lot of what's going on today, people are like really like trying to like just separate things, you know what I mean? And it's so weird. Like, I'm jumping a little bit now too, but I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast today, and I was like, while I was on my way here, and they were pretty much like joking about it, but I felt like some truth to it. But they were pretty much joking about like diversity and inclusion, and like they like kind of like shit on it a little bit. They'd be like, you know, like if you want to get into these type of jobs now, you gotta look a certain way, like, and it's like, it's kind of like, damn, like, yo, we finally, you know, getting, you know, some diversity and inclusion where like we're like, there are companies that are trying to get, you know, black people into certain spaces because we've been denied it, but like they're like kind of like shitting on it, like, you know, like we left out of the mix. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think sometimes it does hurt us to have those type of policies, affirmative action, all that shit, because then it takes away from them realizing that yes, we can actually do the job. We're not here just because of some damn policy.
Yeah.
So fuck that point. But yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody. I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird to be marketed to so heavily now as a black person. It's like everything is pro-black.
For real.
Like y'all niggas so fake, man. If y'all don't get on my damn, please.
I cringe at like,
anything.
The advertisements where they like rapping or some shit, and I'm just like, yo, why did you sign up for this, yo? Like, this is not what we are not only rap music.
Yeah, spare me the bullshit, man. All that performative ass. Man, I don't want y'all products, yo. Hell out my face, man. You know who I rock with? Ben and Jerry's, because they've been rocking with us. They always on this. All these new companies. That's like when it's the LGBT month and everything. All these companies come out. You know, gay pride. Yeah. We support everybody. Yeah. Soon as the next month when the first, them niggas go right back to their same camp. The very next day, they take all that stuff down. They put all these special clothes. You know, sometimes I actually think that segregation was better for black people. You look at something like Black Wall Street, and you see how successful that was until, of course, the white man had to come across and be a hater because he saw how fucking successful we were and burnt the whole place down. I actually wish that black people were a little bit more aggressive back then and grabbed a gun and started shooting back. You know, black people, we have always turned the other fucking cheek in history. We are always told to turn the damn cheek. That's why Malcolm and Martin did get along so well. You know, we always gotta turn the cheek. But when we get into these spaces, we can do the job. We don't need no damn. Those policies are in place, so y'all actually give us a shot to prove ourselves.
Exactly,
Before those policies, we wouldn't even get a shot.
Just bias, like
right.
know.
Oh, he black. Like I go into my, you know, my hair was a lot longer than this last week. You know. Oh, look at that! All that hair on his head. But these white folks come in here, hair not combed, smelling musty. Like
none of that shit really matters.
Yeah, that shit ain't professional.
What's that artist name with the big afro? It's a white guy. He's like, I think it's like a documentary now on Netflix about him. I can't think of it.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
But so it was this dude that interned with me, like. I think that might have been like last year or something like that. And we were at, you know, a big firm, and he looked like he was like, like just like free, you know what I mean? But it was a white guy. And like when I was coming in, I'm thinking about appearance like so much. I'm like, yo, I'm like, let me cut my hair as much as possible. Like, let me keep a clean look. I'm always thinking about appearance. And him, he just like, I'm just, you know, I'm free as hell. Like.
Right. Yeah, man. It was like, oh, that looks like something white people with dreads do. Yo, anytime I see a white person with dreads, I'm like, you a dirty ass nigga, bro. Y'all hair don't even lock up.
Yeah, how do they even get it?
They don't wash. That skit about when Dave Chappelle was like, yeah, you know, white people don't use washcloths. Yeah. Niggas started really admitting that, like, yeah, you know, I did use a washcloth. What? That's the nastiest shit, bro. No washcloths, bro. You nasty ass niggas.
But it was like looking at those articles. I'm trying to like get rid of some bias when it comes to, because there's so much that we can learn. You know what I mean? Like I don't want people to get to the point where we just, you know, like full on divided, because like. We human at the end of the day, you know what I mean? So like, why? I don't know. It's like we need to figure out some type of like way where, you know, to get around that, you know?
Yeah, and honestly, it's white people. It's not us.
Yeah, for real though. It's crazy. Like, and my bad, I don't want to cut you off, but like, I'm in a group. Like, I might be in a group of like, I might be with a group of people, and like a couple of them might be white, and they might be the first person to bring up race. Like. I don't even think like there's times where I even bring up race. You know what I mean? But like, but we don't. But it's like immediately, like in the conversation, there has to be something about race.
And I work with my whole team is white. I'm the only white person on my team, and it's just like sometimes it's like it's almost like they try to be your friend. Like, yo, don't say no goofy shit to me, bro. Like, we not the same, yo. And it's cool. It's cool that we're not the same. Like, we don't have to be the same person. I think sometimes white people get around black people, especially in the work situation, they feel like they have to be just like us to get along with us. Yeah, tell me about whatever fucking music you into. Because I know you ain't really into rap.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing about that. You didn't grow up on that.
Right.
Like, that's like Woodley, when he was fighting Jake Paul and they had the face off. And he was like, yeah, who in your neighborhood dresses like you? When you grew up, who had Cuban link chains on? Who had on clothes like this? Like, you over here, you know, projecting yourself as us. This is how we dress. This is our culture. And sometimes I ask people, what is white people culture? Name me 3 things from a white person's culture.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's rough.
Yeah, it is rough, isn't it? 3 things.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Racism.
Okay. So if we're thinking about like white Americans, because like of course I think Italians or something like that.
Yeah, I call them
so
Italians. I don't call them white people. They're Italians.
but if I think about that, then I start thinking about like their foods and stuff like that. Like
white American culture.
But white American culture, yeah, that's rough to like just think about that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know why? Because everything they do is a reflection of us.
Yeah.
Even their beloved Elvis stole all his damn songs from a big black woman. A big, dark-skinned black woman that used to sing in the church. You know what I mean? Everything they do, everything the whole world do comes from us.
Yeah.
And always look at it, I think they've known that shit since the beginning of time. They always knew. I mean, you even think about the success that the Moors had and things like that. The richest man in history was a Moor. I think they knew from the beginning of time that we had advantages, we were smart, we were more athletic, you know. I really think that, because why else put all these pitfalls in our way?
Yeah.
Why make the system so lopsided in your favor? Why not make it a level playing field if you didn't truly deep down think that we were something special, something not to be played with, you know? Yeah. It's crazy to think about. That's why even in school, like, I hated history class, man. They didn't teach us nothing. I loved history class, but they didn't teach us the real shit. Yeah. Christopher Columbus. How the fuck you discover something and it's already, and when you pulled up, it was niggas there. Like, what? Yeah, yo pulled up, they was like, yo, who yo coming out the boat? He said, hey there, guys. Hey guys, I discovered
you.
Man, only right. Christopher we acknowledges Wallace. You feel me? Christopher Columbus. He was a rapist and a murderer, but somehow he got his name on the calendar, and we get off for his birthday every year.
Yeah.
Nigga, please.
It don't make sense, bro.
It don't.
But I guess like they write the history. So, and they're like in running the school systems is what I mean. So as far as like putting that information out, like we just
it's bad in Texas. My cousin lives in Texas, and they just officially passed the law that they don't have to teach about certain stuff. They can make the KKK seem like it's some type of just random group of hateful white people, that didn't go around, lynching black folks for no reason. Bunch of bitches.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Honestly, even thinking about the KKK pisses me off. They some pussies.
That's crazy.
Hide behind masks. They were always in a big group. Never showed their face. Never shot the one-on-one like a man. Bitches. So, and he was telling me that they had already been watering down the textbooks in Texas.
Yeah.
I can't. If you truly know your history, it'll piss you off every time you truly think about it. And I was talking with my friends, because at Carver we went to school with a bunch of white people, and one of the white kids told me told my friend. He was telling me the story. He was like, yeah, as a white person, if you're conscious and you're a white person, it sucks. Because you know how terrible your people were. Yeah. Don't sit here and try to deny, that wasn't me. That wasn't all of us. So why y'all treat all black people the same? If it wasn't you, that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, and the fact that, like, Martin Luther King, like, that like segregation, like that time period, it wasn't that long ago. So like as far as the generation,
not at all.
Like so that
2 generations ago,
that mentality can easily get passed on to like people that like younger people that are around our age, because their grandparents, great grandparents, whoever like
my parents were here for the riots when they burnt this city halfway to the ground when MLK got shot. My parents remember that. My grandmother was there in segregation. Shit wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But I even saw someone on Twitter how they talk about they put the pictures in black and white to make it seem like it was so long ago. They had color pictures.
Damn.
You rarely see color pictures of MLK. Everything is in black and white.
Yeah.
Makes you think that something is so far gone. It's not.
It's not at all.
Shit just happened in the 60s. That was 60 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know the FBI was found guilty of killing MLK.
I didn't even know that.
Exactly. You can Google that shit.
Damn.
They were found guilty, man. They did that, bro.
Yeah.
You know that? They did that.
I was just reading some article about like, oh no, I wasn't. I was on Instagram. I saw somebody post something, and I don't even know if this is like valid or not, but they were talking about how like the CIA or something like that is trying to deny their,
their involvement in crack.
Involvement in crack. Yeah. And it's like so many movies and like documentaries and stuff like that out there now that like are showing that specific narrative. So like why not, you know what I mean?
The funniest part about them trying to right their wrongs and cover it up is that there is literally interviews and press conferences of Reagan admitting that they had a secret war going on and they used drugs to fund it.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was their plan. Oh, okay, this is what we're going to do, fellas. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to fund the secret war. We're going to take this product. We're going to fly it in. We're going to give it to these guys. Give them a chance to make that gold, be flashy, get everything they want because they can't get it because they live in these shitty-ass neighborhoods we've created, in these ghettos we've created. But we're going to make sure this one person is seen as God and give him all the money. Everybody's going to want to be like him. Give him this addictive-ass drug. We're going to drop guns off so they kill each other fighting over the drug so they can get this gold that they just have to have because it's in a black man's soul to rock that gold. Then we're going to create this crazy ass law, Biden, who is going to incarcerate all these black people with his stupid ass little 3-strike rule for having this little amount of crack that we gave them in the first place. And then we're going to privatize prisons so we can force all these black people
the crazy thing,
to make these products Victoria's Secret for cheap and then upsell it. And, oh my God, we can pay them 5 cents an hour and we can make this bra for $1 and sell it for 50, and we'll have our cute little Victoria's Secret show with these skinny ass little white girls.
Yeah.
The plan has worked, my God. The plan has fucking worked. And fuck Biden.
That's something.
Seriously.
So wait, my bad. Go to that. Ooh, why are you saying?
Why fuck Biden?
Yeah,
because he was behind that prison bill. He was a main component in that prison bill. That prison bill created that 3-strike system. And who was most affected by that bill? Us. And now what they got us in these jails doing, making these products super cheap. It's like slavery all over again. It's just disguised, it's redesigned. Slavery never ended. It never ended.
And that's what I'm thinking about, like with that. Like it's so simple, I guess. Well, it sounds simple, but like to just end that, to make it, make it like run by the government rather than like a
sounds simple, doesn't it?
Yeah, like
comes back to the mighty dollars. Way too much money.
Sick, bro.
That's money people are killing for. Talking about billions of dollars. They ain't gonna let that rock.
How human is how human are the elite? I guess when it comes to
they're not.
That's what, because we were like, what were we talking about? Like, okay, I know me, and I'm sure you do. Like as far as like you grew up in a church family, church environment. Like, but just as far as like having a like a guilty conscience. Like I'm not going to do this. So for me, I was thinking about selling. I wanted to sell like clothes. But I even deep down, I'm like, yo, like I don't even buy clothes that much. Like, why should I sell clothes to people when I don't even really believe in buying clothes? So like that's like that's a small thing. Like, but I'm just like, I don't even feel comfortable, selling these things. But like I have a conscience when it comes to like those type of decisions, because I'm like, that's kind of contradicting. But if we're thinking about like the elite, like they make so many different decisions on a daily basis that you would think like, dang,
an average normal person would think twice.
This is like so immoral, but they just like, they doing that shit like.
So you wanna know my favorite example of that, honestly, and how I know them niggas have no soul? Just think about the pharmaceutical industry. There's so much money in sick people. Keeping sick people alive is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's crazy. I truly believe they have the cure to cancer, AIDS, and all that somewhere locked away in the basement, and only the truly elite people can get to it. Because why cure cancer? It's a multi-billion. Why lose billions of dollars and people I will never meet? Why save them when I can have the money?
Yeah.
That's how I know they're. And that's what they did. They literally, this whole opioid epidemic. There's a documentary on Netflix called Crack you should watch, and it talks. It really opens your eyes about the crack epidemic, and how they really framed that, and how it's just really good. But this opioid epidemic, and now it's an epidemic because white people are dropping like flies from it. They had doctors prescribe people like perks and stuff like that. They start you off small, like one a day, but by the time you would be done your bottle, they had you up to maybe like 3 or 4 a day, and get you hooked on that shit. And what is the same thing as a perk, or does the same thing? Heroin. Who's flying the heroin in? The white people. So they get you hooked on the front end, with the pharmaceutical. The same companies is running it, right? They doing that, and then once you hook, they kick you on the street where they done flew in that heroin. So once again, let the black person make his money, rock that gold that he just gotta have, selling that shit. Now you hooked. So they got you on the front end with all that money. They got you on the back end with the heroin. It's the same shit, and people don't think it's that simple, but I swear it is.
I want to get an iPad and like like the what's it called? Like they have like
the stencils. The
so,
Apple Pencil thingy.
I was thinking about doing that, and then like actually like making some art on the iPad like that way, because I don't really have too much skill when it comes to just like making art like just on like
the computer,
laptop.
right? Yeah.
So I'm thinking like it might be a little bit more easy to do it that way. Plus, it's like me actually doing the work, because like I'm using a stylus, like I'm kind of drawing. So I had did like and I was probably like finessing this way, but I took a picture of one of my artworks, and I was just gonna use that like kind of like a NFT, but like I was just like I don't know.
Cool. The market is crazy. Like, I'm not super informed about it, but I just be seeing people sell this random looking art. Like the one I just said, 1.9 million for that. It was like a Bored Ape collection, whatever that is.
Bro, I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's crazy, man.
Because I didn't think that, and two things. I didn't think that like people would still like. I was thinking that it was just like going to be a phase, you know what I mean? But I'm guessing it's not like it's something that's going to probably be sticking around now. Yeah.
Meek Mill said he might put his next album out as an NFT.
I seen that post,
which he should. It would be very fucking smart.
Yeah. Well, wait, he's thinking about doing the whole album as an NFT.
Yeah, Tory Lanez did it.
Because I'm thinking about, matter of fact, I think I saw him just post something about like the
artist.
The art that.
Well, you might be right. Maybe he's talking about the artist, but he should.
A lot of raps they have. I feel like I've heard them talking about that.
Imagine Jay-Z putting out an NFT.
Because you can, because if you do it as an NFT, how many original copies can you?
Just one.
Just one original copy.
Yeah. So like I think with Tory Lanez, he had 1 million copies of his album. Normally with the artwork, I think it's just one. So just like the regular art gallery, really. Yeah. Somebody's gonna want it for more than somebody else paid for it, more than likely.
I wonder how much somebody will pay for a Jay-Z NFT, bro.
Imagine Jay-Z released like 5 never heard songs or something like that, 100 copies. What you think somebody would pay for it? You know what I mean? And then what would somebody pay for it from that person?
Yeah.
It's a crazy world, like thinking about stuff like that.
And I was thinking about doing like getting an iPad like recently. Well, we've been getting like reimbursements like because of the pandemic, like working from home. So like as far as like if you like it's a certain amount that they do just for like office supplies and stuff like that. So I was thinking about doing a MacBook, but yeah, shit. If I can,
you want another one?
That's that, because this is an Air, and they say it's been working for me so far, but supposedly like when you're doing movie edit, like video editing or photo stuff, photo editing, it's better to use like a MacBook Pro because it has like I think maybe more RAM or some shit like that.
Yeah, the Air. I do know that the RAM space doesn't get nearly as large as the.
Yeah.
I just replaced my RAM. Like I left my computer in the car and it fried my RAM. I was so pissed off.
Damn.
Exactly. Like, so I had to go back to my super old original RAM that I just randomly had laying around.
Yeah.
But the one I had in there was like a Samsung solid state, like 8 gigabyte RAM. My computer used to.
Damn.
Yeah. And just left it in the car too long one day at an appointment. I completely forgot it was in there. I'm like, oh, my car not gonna get that hot.
Yeah.
Yep. Fried my laptop.
Yeah. So I haven't. I'm not like that, you know, and like I don't like, you know, as far as like customizing computers. Some people like they like build their own computers and shit like that. But yeah, I'm not like I'm not one of them. But I am, you know, I'm thinking about it because when I was doing my video editing recently, like it does get a little slow. So I have like, you know, one of the like terabyte drives.
Right.
And so the nice thing about those terabyte drives, you can pretty much you can install apps on the hard drive. So like iMovie isn't even on my laptop.
It's on the drive.
It's on the drive, so I can like, you know, just edit like from the drive pretty much. So
yeah,
I have like and shit these like 4K videos.
I know they take up a lot of space.
Yeah, like maybe one might be like maybe 300 gigabytes or some shit like that.
I'm
like, and
you don't have more. You just have 1 terabyte.
Actually, right. I got no matter of fact, the one that I have is 2 terabytes.
Okay.
And I have another one that's like older, and I think that's 1 terabyte. Yeah, but so it's like the thing is I only do like maybe, you know, 1 or 2 at a time.
Right? Because you say 300 or 400. Yeah, that don't even leave you to do a third video, really.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah. What was I? Oh, so as far as NFTs, do you do any other types of investing other than not other than, but yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of Robinhood stuff. Dogecoin was actually really good to me. And the craziest part about Dogecoin was I had been buying Dogecoin since 2019. Everybody kind of caught on this year about it, but I was buying Dogecoin when it was like 0.001. 0.0. It might have had 3 0. It might have been a triple. I still got it, honestly. I still got most of my shit.
Damn, yeah.
So that was cool. I do a lot of like Robinhood. I do Forex. Actually, I'm about to get back into Forex. And it's actually unfortunate. I know a lot of people got familiar with Forex this year through all that multi-level marketing bullshit. But people don't realize the Forex market is literally the stock market on steroids. It's just so much harder to be successful at it because it's so volatile. But I'm just trying to get to a point where I got my chart set up right, I got my indicators set up right, and I should be good to make the money.
You said Forex, right?
Yeah.
So how does that even work? Like,
so Forex is the foreign exchange market.
Yeah, but I mean like the currencies, like they fluctuate so much. Like
exactly. That's why it's so volatile.
Okay.
So you pay attention to news and things like that. Unemployment stuff, all types of stuff can affect it. But so many people got introduced to Forex through that multi-level stuff, so they think, oh, Forex a scam.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta sign up.
It's got like a bad, you know,
a terrible rep very quickly.
Bad rep,
Now, what they were selling was actually legit. They were actually pretty much just selling a signal group. Like, oh, join our group, we'll send you signals. It'll tell you when to enter, when to exit, all that. People do that all over the internet. They were just framing it as, well, you gotta pay us monthly, and to get rid of that monthly fee, you gotta bring 3 more people in.
Yeah.
So yeah, technically it was multi-level marketing, but I see a bunch of people who legit do Forex.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a couple guys I follow on Instagram, young guys, like 24, 25, like this one dude, Q Banks. He's probably only been doing Forex like 4 years now, and now he's at the point he's doing like $100,000 days.
Damn.
Days. Hours, really.
Wait, you said Q Banks? I'm gonna look that up.
CUE Banks. Young dude, black.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he has a crazy Lamborghini collection too. You got like these 2 crazy ass Lamborghinis.
And like you said, people just like, because of the multi-level thing, like whenever I hear Forex, I'm just like, ugh.
But I'm trying to, I'll put it this way. I've done Forex years ago. I started years ago, like just in and out. The most money I made, I probably made like $100 in 5 minutes. Like I literally went to use the bathroom and the shit shot up. I've also lost a couple $100 in about the same amount of time. That's what I'm talking about. It's super volatile. And people are scared of that, and they only see the oh, I made all this money. They be like, oh, I don't see the
But
deposits.
yeah,
That's cool. I mean,
nobody showed a loss.
yeah. So I mean, I do that. This other thing I'm about to get into. I don't even want to talk too much about it because honestly, I really don't want.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a crazy idea. It's like it deals with Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, selling stuff, getting stuff for a lot cheaper, you know, that sort of thing.
Bro, I was thinking about, and I hope I don't.
No, go ahead.
Don't say if it is what you would think.
No, if it is, then I'll say it then. I'll say it then.
But you know, like how you can like sell stuff with Amazon, but like using, you know, Alibaba, you can.
Oh, like drop shipping.
I was thinking about like, because if I was, I know I have like distributors that I've been using in China that have like, you know, athletic wear or something like that. So like if I was to purchase it from them, but then use Amazon to just sell it on the market, but that's not what you were talking about. Okay.
Nah, not drop shipping. Yeah, nah. That's actually what most of these girls who have boutiques do. Yeah. You ain't knocking it, but I mean that's what they do. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing some stuff with that. What else do I have working right now? That's like the two main things. I kind of narrowed my focus because I was kind of all over the place. Truck dispatching. That's another thing that I just need to learn, and it's very profitable. You're the middleman. You find the driver. You find the load for him. You let him meet. You get a cut. Yeah. 8 to 10%. But you can definitely make like 8 to 10 grand a week with about 6 to 8 trucks that you're working for. You know, you can kind of go to the schools like all say like, oh, you just graduated, you need a dispatcher. Boom, here's my card. Facebook Marketplace, who needs a dispatcher? Boom. You can work from home. You can work from anywhere. You work a couple hours a day. Like I said, you make like 8 to 10 grand a week doing that. So I definitely want to do truck dispatching because there's not that much effort involved.
Yeah. So wait, like is that when you purchase the truck and then
you work with drivers,
right?
And you find loads for them. So you have to join these load boards. Like the best load board is like $50 a month, and you just pretty much negotiate their rate and then send it over to them. They drive, deliver, they get paid, and you get like 8 to 10% of that cut. So you gotta think if a truck does like $800 load, just for number's sake, let's just say number's sake $1,000, you get 10%, $100. But you got 10 trucks, you got $1,000 a day, 5 days a week, $5 grand a week. Boom.
Damn. Yo. And I know that you had talked about wanting to, talk a little bit about side hustles. Like that's tough. I did like it's so many like, opportunities that are out there. But
and
just, like,
and the best part is a lot of these people are black. So you're learning from people that look just like you. Like the guy that I follow on TikTok, and fuck all that dance and all that bullshit on TikTok.
There's some good information.
What?
Yeah.
You can learn a lot on TikTok. That's where I'm getting all this Forex stuff from, like getting back into Forex. Like these guys, they are putting literally cheat codes to this trading shit on there. But truck dispatching is something I'm really interested in. Like I said, you can do it from home. You can do the Amazon selling. And one thing you can literally do is go to Amazon sell. This is part of what I'm doing, but not exactly what I'm doing, so I can say it. You can download the Amazon seller app. Go to like Marshall's, Target, TJ Maxx, places like that. Go in the store, start scanning stuff, and in the app it'll tell you exactly how much it's selling for on Amazon and how much your profit would be. You see, you make a good profit, you buy everything. Then all you have to do is ship it to Amazon, and they sell it. Then you get your money.
Yeah,
it's very easy. You can do Toro, you can do
tough.
You can do affiliate. Oh my God, that's affiliate marketing thing I'm ready to do. So it's this website called ClickBank, and it's all these companies that do affiliate marketing, and you just pick your niche. Then you can take. I learned this on TikTok. You can take it to Pinterest, put a picture, and like create almost like a blog, but put the hyperlink and just try to convince people to sign up. And every time they click, boom, money in your pocket. You don't have to have a product. No money to start, nothing. You just gotta have the time and drive to do it. Yeah. Easy stuff, man. Easy stuff. Uber, DoorDash, all that's great side hustles.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out.
Yo,
I just been like
fall into that rabbit hole on TikTok, man. Put in like side hustles, and you'll be on TikTok for a couple hours because you're gonna find so much information. You're like, oh man, I didn't know about this. I didn't know about that. Yeah, that affiliate marketing thing is crazy though, Because some of the links will pay you like $1.30 for one sign up. Some will pay you like $20. Mm-hmm. But like I say, you have the post so people could be clicking in the middle of the night. You making money while you sleep. Mm-hmm. You might only make a couple extra $100, but what's an extra $500 a week? What would that do for you right now?
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure that would pay for all of your daughter's stuff.
Yeah.
Diapers, you know,
just like
keep the lights on at your apartment, gas in your car, food in your belly. I'm sure you don't spend more than $500 a week on food, gas, and
not at all.
Exactly. So even a minimum something like $500 a week could be life changing for you. You gotta think that's $26,000 a year.
Yeah.
If you can make $26,000 a year from affiliate marketing links, plus your real job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a million ways to get it out here. I saw this one guy. He sold exotic animal manure.
Really?
Like ostrich manure.
Yeah.
All types of shit.
What are people doing with it?
I have no idea.
Smelling it.
I don't know. I guess they use it for fertilizer. I guess exotic animal has better shit. I don't know.
Maybe.
But there was a picture. He had it lined up like cocaine bricks, like of manure.
Bricks of shit.
Bricks, literally bricks of shit. There's this guy I follow on Twitter. This guy, Weed and Wagyu. He literally has a A5 Japanese Wagyu plug. He gets authentic A5 Wagyu. You know Wagyu is like, it costs more than Coke.
What is Wagyu?
It's the Japanese Wagyu is the best beef you can have in the world. It's raised differently. They pretty much pet these damn cows 24 hours. They have a special diet. The real ones only grow in Japan, or only raised in Japan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like at restaurants it's like $40-$50 an ounce. Damn. An ounce. And you know what? A good steak, 16 ounces.
Right.
Imagine you get a 16-ounce Wagyu.
What the hell? Damn, that's like a good $5.
It's so much marbling. But yeah, he sells Wagyu steaks, and then he chefs it up and charges people a shit ton of money. And then he sells like really, well, he doesn't sell, but he like promotes exotic weed. So like you can get them for brunch, and then he'll bring all this good weed, and then cook you some good food. Like he charges like $900 for a pan of fucking crab legs.
Yeah.
Crab legs is $10 a pound. Why am I paying $900 for a pan of them? But people pay for it.
Information, bro. Like
information.
How do you? It's just like, you know, getting into those places to even, you know, find out about that stuff. Like I didn't even know about, you know, the beef.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Government contracts. You can work for the government. I follow this other girl on Twitter. I don't know what the hell she does, but she worked for the government. She makes 6 figures. She worked in like Japan. Young. I mean, I'm trying to think of some more. Like your users, I mean, they about to get some info today. What else is out there that I really see? Those are probably the craziest ones. And also seeing what some of these smaller ones go for, like what they can do once they're scaled, like the rental car business and things like that. Once they really get scaled, like seeing the kind of money that can come in, the truck dispatching, seeing what kind of money comes in from that is crazy.
I was watching what's it called, $1 Million Worth of Game, and I had saw it was a guy, he was talking about like the truck business pretty much, but like I don't really remember all that he was, you know, doing, I think he was setting up some classes pretty much, like.
Yeah, because you could own a truck and make a lot more. I thought, you know, truck dispatching is a much lower entry barrier.
Simpler.
Yeah, you can start for probably, I mean, you gotta have like your LLC set up and all of that, get the low board profiles. I mean, a couple $100, but like I say, you get that back after like a week or two. That was one thing that's good about a lot of these side hustles is that the barrier of entry is so low that sometimes you might take a couple $100 and your time, and you can really start a business from YouTube.
I bet I was taking some notes.
No, you good. It's just a lot of stuff out there, and you'd be surprised what people really make money off of. You even look at all these mobile detailing companies. There's a million of them in Baltimore. Great business, because it goes back to my original point. People love to sit on their ass, so, I don't have to get up to go to the car wash? Man, great. Come on, I'll pay you extra $30.
Yeah, and like you was just talking about though, like you can either use social media one way or you can use it another way. Cause like
Bingo.
You're using it, you know, to like you're finding about a bunch of different opportunities and stuff like that. Like versus, you know, I guess just like bullshitting on there. You know what I mean? Of course, like You might sometimes, but
yeah,
like,
I bullshit on Twitter. You know, man, Twitter is my laugh. You know, Twitter gets me through the day. It's funny as hell. But it was a point I started unfollowing Instagram models. I'm like, what am I following these bitches for? But I ain't about to meet these hoes. And if I do meet, I ain't about to fuck them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. I'd say probably 50% of my Instagram, people that I follow on Instagram, are business accounts and people in real estate, other cities and all that stuff. Like, Detroit's real estate game is crazy right now. Like, it's great. Philly, great. You know, New York is great. Yeah. Same thing with Twitter. They give out free game. I followed this one dude on found him from TikTok. His Twitter is like the Stock Sniper or something. He put a play on the timeline for free. I played that shit, made me some money. Yeah. Quick. Damn. Same day. Probably I think I doubled my money off of his play. I mean, I did my research real quick, but he pointed me in the right direction. Yeah. And that happens all the time on my Twitter. Like, people post out these stock plays. I'm like, oh, let me go check this out, see what works. Yeah. Free money. But niggas get on Twitter, let me sign this bitch DM. Let me sign this bitch DM. Working at a job they hate, you know, when they could be trying to think of something else they could do. Like, when I work as a leasing consultant on Friday and Saturdays, I'm literally working all that shit. I just work that job because it's easy goddamn money. I don't have to do nothing. But I'll sit at my desk and literally just be on TikTok like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. And you get one good idea, you kind of like do your research, see if it could work. If that don't work, it's a million more. Yeah.
Bro, when I look back at college, I'm like, damn, like, why didn't I do like finance or something like that? Because I mean, of course, like, software is cool and everything like that, but as far as like you know, the application of it outside of, you know, just like programming and like, of course, like, I could do like, you know, website development or something like that, but like, if I would have done finance, it's just like, it gives you so much more of a you know, like, reach as far as like the things that you can, you know, do with it, I guess, and just like, you know, financial like understanding, I guess, like having that literacy, I feel like it might be a little bit just,
we don't get that
more beneficial. Yeah.
Well, I took a finance class, and it's funny you say, my finance teacher said, he was like, a finance student can do what a regular student can do, but a regular student can't do what a finance student can do. I'm like, damn, you just made me feel terrible about my major. But yeah, if you can really understand that financial market, the possibilities are endless. Like, I just saw, once again, TikTok, this tax code write-off where if you own a business and you own your house, you can literally rent your house out to your business for up to 14 days. So say if you rent it out for $500, you know, you can write off that $7,000. And, you know, it doesn't come, and the $7,000 doesn't get added to your personal income tax, but you can write it off as a business expense. Yeah. Damn. Money, like, and people get mad, oh, Amazon, they don't pay no taxes. Trump don't pay no taxes. Everything them fools do is legal. They just know the tax code a lot better. Yeah. They got a team of accountants. The tax code itself is a couple thousand pages. A lot of people don't know every single tax break. But when you have a team of them people, I'll hire a team of accountants for $1 million if it's going to save me. If you're talking about Bezos level, you're talking about a couple billions of dollars. Yeah, I paid zero because I worked that tax code that y'all said was legal.
Yeah, that shit is crazy that he's worth $200 billion.
Listen, as soon as they take Walmart out, it's a wrap. Yeah. When they gotta find a way to take Walmart out. But I heard one of the big things was if they can take EBT for prom, because now they have Whole Foods, so then they can do the delivery. You get your EBT right off Amazon, and Walmart's base is low income. That's what Walmart's designed for. Amazon's for everybody. But if you can take that base from Walmart, it's a wrap. And when they add in drone delivery, and I'm pretty sure Amazon's going to get into the weed business pretty soon. So you add the weed business, which is already a multi-billion-dollar industry, to Amazon's infrastructure. You're literally going to be able to buy weed off of Amazon with Amazon Prime delivery. Oh, you want your weed same day? Order by
from a drone now.
Listen, they have same day delivery now. You order by 9, you get your shit by 3 o'clock.
That shit is crazy.
They're going to do the same thing for weed. Watch. You're going to start hearing stories about people shooting down drones because they got weed on it. Oh, it's an ounce. Let me get that. That's that good stuff. I see that cookies box from here. But we with Amazon, man, they're going to change the game with that. Give it a couple years.
Yeah. And even the, what's it called? Like, not even drones, but I feel like I was looking at something where they have like self-driving delivery vehicles as well.
Yeah, that's next.
That shit, bro.
I've even seen the Amazon grocery stores they already have those in New York. Like, you just have your Amazon Prime account signed in, you just grab it off the shelf and walk right out.
It's like, I'm all for self-driving cars. Oh yeah, I did see that. That's crazy. You can pretty much, like, when you walk in, I think they have it like where it's set up so like
it scans
they know that
you're
in, so then you take whatever you want off the shelf.
Simple.
And it just like goes straight to you charging. That's crazy as hell. Like, I'm trying to think, like, how did they get around stealing? You know what I mean? Because if they're not going to have people
a lot of cameras.
That's a hell of a lot of cameras.
Yeah, they probably got, I think it was like 1 or 2 people in
like
there.
Security, something, just like
or if you need help and stuff like that. But yeah, them cameras, they'll catch you.
Yeah, but
they definitely catch you.
I think they already have. Do they already have one in like California or something?
The stores?
It's one in.
The one store I went to was in New York.
Oh, you've been to one? Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's it was a small store, kind of like a 7-Eleven size, but I was like, oh shit, that's cool as hell.
Wow. But
the future, man.
Yeah, I'm all for self-driving cars, just not right now. I think I want it to the point where once everybody
right, because then they can work better together.
But as far as like just having a self-driving car, just like with a bunch of people that don't have self-driving cars,
I don't trust it. Like, that Tesla is cool, but I'm not sitting in no car that I ain't driving, and ain't nobody else driving. It's just a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I don't. I promise I don't trust no technology. Not with my life. Hell no.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. But I know that we talked up, we spoke on a lot of topics, but I did want to just talk a little bit about like religion, I guess, and I guess that the importance of it for you, like I guess like with like balance. I don't know, like what are some of the aspects that like really have helped you to be who you are, or like what's like I've always had trouble with sticking to like religious practices, I guess, or like just even down to like praying, you know what I mean, every night, something like that. Like I've always had those struggles. So like I guess like what are your like thoughts, I guess, when it comes to the importance of it for you?
Yeah, it's pretty important to me. I think I'm different though. Like, I really do it. I do it through playing the drums. Really, like, a lot of people, they might sing, they preach, they pray real hard. I just play real hard. You know, and it's just been that way mainly because like ever since I was young, I played the drums in church. So even going to church now and not playing is weird as hell. I actually don't remember the last time I've gone to a church and not played. So yeah, I would say it's really important, but I don't consider myself super religious. I think that, of course, most of it is me. My dad's a pastor, being brought up that way. That's why I don't knock other religions, because I'm like, if I was born Muslim, I would, or Islamic, I guess, right? That's what I would believe in, or Jewish. That's what I would believe in. So I don't knock any other religion. I actually think most religions are about 95% the same. They have the same principles. A few things might be different here and there, stuff like that. But I think for the most part, a lot of religions are pretty much exactly the same. I believe in one God. A lot of religions believe in one God.
Exactly.
But like I said, I don't knock other religions.
And so like Islam, like in Christianity, like they even use the same, like prophets, I guess, or like the same names and stuff like that. Like, they believe in Jesus, just not necessarily on to the extent that Christians.
I don't think I've ever been pushy with people. I be trying to get people to come to church and stuff, but I'm like, oh, you gonna go to hell? I ain't one of them Bible toting judgmental ass Christians, man. Because I'm trying to tell you what they say on Fighting Temptations. Going to church, it makes you just as much as a Christian as staying in the garage makes you a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? Country ass saying, but it's true, man. People are pretty judgmental at church, especially being a pastor's kid. They just think they know you. You don't. You know my peoples, bro. Like, you don't know me. They expect you to act a certain way. People see, like, growing up, kids would see me a certain way. Girls would see me a certain way. Like, my God, Joe, they just prejudge you. Like, you the pastor's son and I'm the drummer, yo. We got a terrible. I actually saw a tweet. It was like, yeah, church drummers are whores, bro. I swear to God. It was this dude playing the drum. He was going off, and the girl, somebody posted the video saying like, I want to be one of those drums, her little freak self, right?
Yo, that's sick.
Somebody responded, was like, yeah, church drummers are whores. And I'm like, I am offended. Like,
bro, why is she even tweeting that like at church? Yo, that's wild.
Yo, man, it was funny, but yeah, you just get a negative connotation. I mean, but it has its advantages, really. It really does. Like, a lot of people know you, which means you have a lot of connections.
And that's one of the main things like that I feel like I'm missing right now. And that like religion is, when it comes to community, like you can, you have like, you know people, and like it's just like it's another, not as, I don't want to say it like in that sense, but it's another network, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
like,
is.
Those
definitely.
connections that you can make.
You'd be surprised, like, we came from New Psalmist, which is like probably the biggest church in the city. Probably them, yeah, they're probably bigger than Empowerment Temple. Especially now Jamal's gone and all his drama. Anyway. But yeah, we came from Psalmist, and there's a lot of guys I know that got their training in Psalmist. Like, one of my friends, he does videos now for everybody. Like, when you see like the recap events from like the Chasing Summer shit, he did those videos. Or the Roddy Rack videos, I think he did that. He does a lot of lifestyle stuff, and it's such a crazy thing. But he literally started by recording church services at New Psalmist. Like, I've known him and his family my whole life. It's crazy to see like the level he's gotten to, because he's done Made in America, he's done Coachella, he's done all these different festivals and stuff.
Wow. But starting off just from,
and the church has started so many careers.
I was about to say that,
because you can go in church and fuck up. It's crazy, forgive me, Lord. You can go in church and really mess up, and they won't care. They may, oh baby, you did a good job. Same, he did that with the camera. I did it with the drums. Hundreds of singers.
Yeah.
Everybody's top singers have come from the church. Because, I mean, it ain't too many singers that can out-sing Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And where'd she get her start? In the church. Aretha, in the church. Beyonce, in the church. It's a breeding ground for talent, especially musically. Especially music. Shit, Zaytoven.
Bro.
Zaytoven's, his dad's a pastor or a deacon or something like that. That's why he's so nice. He plays organ.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, you can't out-sing church singers. You can't outplay church musicians. I can brag for all of us.
Yeah.
But it's been a journey being a pastor's kid, because you don't sign up for it, but you just kind of got to go with it. It was a lot of sacrifice. A shit ton of sacrifice.
Yeah.
I was in church like 3 or 4 times a week, man.
Right, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
And then like drums went from being a hobby to a job. I'm 10 years old with a job. Actual responsibilities. Like, oh, you have to be at church. Afternoon services, anniversaries. A lot of church. I probably have gone to church more in 1 year than most people will go in 10.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Man. And that's rough. Yeah, that's rough. That's tough.
You were right though. It's rough, because I mean, I used to look at other kids and be like, yo,
yeah, like they out just
being kids. Like, oh, they ain't gotta go to church. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Everything was, it's not fair to me. Not fair. But when I got that check, it was fair then.
Yeah.
Okay, it might have been worth it. But that kind of took away my love for the drums for a little bit. That's why I didn't go to BSA.
Yeah.
Because around that time, I had probably been playing for the drums for like 3 or 4 years. And I was just like, I ain't trying to do this. I damn sure not about to go to high school to do this. I didn't know anybody at BSA. I really didn't know anybody at Carver.
But I didn't know anybody at BSA.
That's the main reason. Because my dad was like, yeah, you should at least try it. I just kept saying, no. I probably would have went but I redeveloped that love a couple years later. So I ended up going to Berkeley's camp.
Okay.
Which is the main reason why I wanted to go there. But yeah, church is it's fun. You do have that sense of community, family. But yeah, it can be tough being a pastor's kid, definitely. Just because you're just always under a microscope, always in the spotlight. by people who don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a mouth on me.
Yeah.
That was my problem growing up. I had a mouth on me, and I never saw it as talking back. We were having a conversation. You just saw it as talking back because I'm a child. But even as a child, like, I wasn't on that whole, like, if you weren't my parent, you weren't going to talk to me like you were crazy. It was simple as that.
Yeah.
And I didn't care about what backlash was coming. And I've even gotten into it with people at church before, like, especially when I was dating, like my first relationship, like, they used to have shit to say about her, and I used to have to defend her a couple times from my dad, because he would come and tell me stuff. And I'm like, yo, don't be the messenger, bruh.
Yeah.
So I would always ask, like, yeah, who said it? He would never tell me, because he knew I'd probably go to church the next week and be like, yo, walk right up to him, like, yo, I heard you got something crazy to say. Yeah. It was that, I was on that type time, really. Because you just had to deal with that a lot. People really thinking they were your parents. Like, well, I'm gonna tell your father. I ain't tell him, I don't care. Yeah. And that's when I kind of became more rebellious. It's like, yeah, there's just too many people trying to, like, police you and things like that. It was tough. Yeah. But I guess it paid off in the long run. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I know we touched on a lot, but I wanted to, like, I guess, like, we can talk one thing. Well, I guess, like, one last thing. So as far as your role now and what you're doing, like, as far as, like, the real estate and everything like that, did you necessarily need, like, a degree for what you're doing? And then also, like,
not at all.
What are the stages, like, or steps to get into, like, a position? Like,
yeah, to be an agent, you just gotta pass the class, pass your tests. I really thought I wanted to be more on the development side. That plus my parents pushing me towards college is the main reasons why I went. You do a lot of stuff for your parents. Yeah. Especially when I was a couple years in, because I could have went a year and dropped out, maybe 2 years and dropped out. But once I got to a certain point, I'm like, oh, I'm finishing this. But yeah, you find the brokerage. Most brokerages offer classes. I highly suggest in person, but it really just depends on the person. Like, if you think you're good at online, cool. But it's just a lot to learn online. So I think having an instructor in person, breaking it down in layman's terms, makes it so much easier. 60 hours. You gotta pass the class midterm and the class final to take the actual test. The state test is 90 questions. The national test is 90. The state is 30. 35 minutes for state, 2 hours for national. You gotta get like 70% right. Yeah. Not a tough test. Not really a tough test. Mainly because they tell you exactly what's gonna be on the test. Literally, like, they'll say, "Oh, taxes or whatever, 5 questions, or this topic 6 questions." Like, so you know exactly how much you need to study. They give you hundreds of practice questions in the book, which are really good because they're actually framed the same way they're gonna ask you on the test, and that's how they trip you up. Like, it's like 100% correct answer, then there'd be like maybe an 80% correct answer, and then like a completely wrong answer, and then like a halfway decent answer. Yeah. So you really had to like really take your time, but during the practice questions, you just got used to it. So yeah, you take them practice questions. I was listening to a podcast every day on my way to work. That really helped.
It was like a real estate podcast, right?
Yeah, like going over tough topics and stuff. And then after that,
damn, that's tough.
Yeah, I took the test. The first time I passed the national, thankfully, but I failed the state by like 3 questions. And that was right when COVID hit. So then I had to wait like another 3 months just to retake the state because all the testing facilities were closed or they were full, half capacity and all that stuff. But yeah, I finally passed. And then when you get your license, like, you're being recruited. They're like, "Oh, come work for us." Like, I wasn't going on interviews to be interviewed. I was interviewing these niggas. Like, "Oh, so what can you offer me?"
Right.
Huh? Yeah. You know, what you got? So, everything worked out. With a pretty solid team. But I will say, like, I know for a fact, like, I gotta get to a point where it's me. Like, I can't work for somebody else the rest of my life. I just can't. Nah.
Yeah, I think
I can't do it.
Not everybody, but I feel like most people probably strive or at least want that deep down, you know, to just be able to the freedom. You know what I mean? To
Right.
just be on your own. And you could, work like the same amount of hours, but it's just like, or I mean, you can, or just the freedom to even choose.
Right.
The amount of hours that you can work. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's definitely.
That's kind of what I have now. Like, I kind of work whenever I want. I mean, we have meetings and stuff like that. I'm here for that, but you gotta work to get paid.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So you have to work, but it's not like, 9 to 5 today, 9 to 5 tomorrow. It might be like 10 to 6 today, 9 to 4 tomorrow, then like a 9 to 8. You know, like I finished up a showing last week at like 7:45. I mean, working all day, but the day before that I had a short day. So it just depends on what you really gotta do, but there's always something to do as a real estate agent.
That was one thing that I didn't like about the dealership. We had like, it was like 7 a.m. to like 9 a.m. like most of the week, and I think it was like maybe 1 or 2 days where we would have like, a shortened day, but I for some reason I feel like it was like we had to come in like every other Saturday, and like Sundays was, I think it might have been Sundays off. I don't know if Sundays was off, but that shit was just like, this. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Hella hours, though.
Right, and that's another thing with my jobs. I've never really been able to work Sundays. I'm like, I tell them straight, I gotta go to church, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally, like most jobs didn't pay me more than I would even make playing the drums on a Sunday. So I'm like, well, I'm losing money.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
And I'm working a lot less hours.
Yeah. Well, I do try to. I've been doing it. I'm not that consistent with it, but I try to like close with like advice, I guess, like some like I guess like to like younger people, I guess, late teens, like going into college or like that type of advice.
Oh, I got the perfect advice for
them.
Yeah. If you don't know what you want to do, don't go to college. Take that year off.
That's tough.
Because you don't know anything. What do you know about life? You know school. You know school, summer break, winter break, school. That's been your life for literally the last 12, 13, 14, 15 years, depending on when you started daycare or whatever. It's school all day, come home, you get a winter break, more school, you get a summer break, more school. So sometimes people go to college because they're like, oh, it's the right thing to do. But now we're in the age where YouTube can teach you so much. TikTok can teach you so much. Don't waste your time on bullshit. Invest your money. Get a Robinhood account. Get an Acorns account. Set up your retirement now, because you're not going to have Social Security by the time you retire. That's going to be gone. Damn. Believe me. Yeah. $25 a week. You start at $25 a week by the time you're 18. You turn 28 like I did this year. You're going to have a pretty piece of change. A couple, $10, $20, $30,000 in your account. And that's $25 a week. Other than that, I don't know. What Marshawn say? Protect your chicken, protect your mental. And just try to stay informed, especially stuff that's happening 5 years from now. Because if I knew about Bitcoin,
for real,
in high school,
I'd
have a couple $1 billion right now. Though. And or even 10 years, because my 10-year reunion was this year. Bitcoin was at 60 bands this year. If I knew about Bitcoin 10 years ago, you see, so if you know about stuff 10 years in advance, 5 years in advance, you can really set yourself up. And just read a lot of articles, read a lot of shit.
Because you gotta read and be in those right circles where people are also wanting to find those things. Like if me and you were like in a group and we have another person that's also doing the same thing, so we just like sharing ideas, like sharing information, like, oh bro, did you hear about this that just happened? Like this might affect that. Like
review who you follow on Instagram, review who you follow on Twitter, see if it's actually people that's putting substance into your life. People that are in what you're interested in. So even it just keeps you motivated. Even if you don't have the money to hop into a business right now, you see that shit every day, you like, I'm gonna get there. It's motivation, like I'm gonna get there. And like I said, mostly everybody I follow is black. So it's not like you're seeing a bunch of white people getting rich. These black people getting rich, and they spending money like black people spend money. You know what I mean? You like, dang man, I can do this too, because they just like you. So you just gotta make sure, especially with social media, just make sure you ain't taking too much of that bullshit in, and stay productive. Make every day productive. That's about it. Just stay ahead of the game, really. Try to stay ahead of the game, and don't let the man keep you down. Straight up.
That's tough.
Don't ever let the man keep you down, because I swear he out there trying to keep you down.
For real, though. Well, bet, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Alrighty, man.
This is great information, dog.
Yes, sir.